Hi everyone! Hello! Hello! It is I, Shib. Hi Rabbit, hi Impact John, hello Koru, and hi Angel, hello. Hello, it's me, Shib! Let's go, baby! Yeah, I realized I forgot to put on some BGM, so give me a moment. Oh my gosh, I already woke Small Sheep up! Small Sheep, I'm sorry! Give me a moment, I think it's chat BGM? Right? I think so. You guys can hear it? Chat BGM? Chat BGM, let's go! Hey! Sayaka! Hello, Kylie! Hello, hi! Small Sheeps got annoyed. Yeah, now he's facing away from me. Just now he was facing me, and now he's facing away from me. He's like, the usual. Yeah. So, it's okay. This is my room. He is only here as a guest. Okay, you're here as a guest. You understand? Okay, good. I hope he understands. Yeah. So guys, today we're gonna start with swords. This is my sword. On guard, sorry. No, I just put it here to like weigh down the book. Here as a guest. He's a guest. The sheep guest. Yeah, he is like, if you don't look at him for long enough, he floats away. He floats away and disappears. Yeah, and okay, I need to say that I previously had a normal bookmark, but that bookmark is unfortunately metallic and reflective, which I couldn't have. So I was like, shit, I need a bookmark, and then I found this. So guys, please take a nice long look at Badass Temple, my precious Kuko, and. I don't know, this is the only thing I couldn't find that could qualify as a decent bookmark. I'm sorry. Yeah, so today, how have you guys been? Yeah, how have you guys been? There goes the sheep. Yeah, there goes the sheep, Sayaka. Oh man. I don't think you've seen the sheep for a very long time, right? I mean, I didn't think you've seen me for a very long time, but like the small sheep in particular. He's old now. He recently leveled up, guys. He's old now. Oh my god. Yeah, so tonight I had dinner. I had yakiniku. It was great. Like, takeaway yakiniku. It was yummy. Really yummy. He's old. Yeah, he's kind of old now. In dog years. Like, I would say closer to middle age in dog years, but he's still older. Hi Capitalism, great to see you again. Congrats on his level up, yay! He leveled up and his eyes are starting to get cloudy, but it's like, you know, he's still very energetic, still very healthy. Last time we went to the vet was like, yep, he sees absolutely fine, his vitals are fine, everything's fine, and we're like, yeah, cause healthy sheep is a good sheep, and like, even if he pisses us off sometimes, he is still a precious small sheep, you know? We still love him very much. We still love him very, 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 very much. I wish he could live with us forever. Oh, yeah, but on to happier things, you know? He is he's fine. He just sleeps. It happens to eyes. Yeah, as they age, like the eyes start going through degeneration, so it gets cloudy. Sometimes it's a sign of glaucoma, so we were worried about that, but the vet was like, nah, he's fine, we tested it, he's a good boy. And we're like, okay. Yeah, the small sheep's a good boy in general. When he sees humans at the door, it's like we have delivery people coming, they ring the doorbell, he just goes to the gate and does the like, he just quietly sniffs. He doesn't bark at them, and the delivery people are like, oh, your dog is so well behaved. And we're like, he's just quiet. He's just quiet. And guys, today I have something very special with me. Guys, look what I have. I have bubble tea! Let's go! I finally bubble tea! Let's go, baby! Let's go, finally! Bubble tea is great. Good morning, Inida. Good morning. Yeah, so bubble tea is great, guys. Night bubble tea is extra great because of bubble tea. If you guys saw my koi order, no, you didn't. I'm kidding. You can just take a look at it. Because of bubble tea, normally I don't drink it during stream because I have to chew, and you guys may not like the sound of me chewing, but too bad you gotta deal with me chewing my pearls, okay? It's the law around here. We gotta eat. Oh god, it's very chewy. Koi's pearls are very, very chewy. Chewy. Bubble tea ASMR. That's right. Bubble tea ASMR. Can we eat Shibs? Why do you want to eat me? Hey? Hey, rude. Why do you want to eat me for no reason at all? I can't believe this disrespect from one of my mods. Rabbit, please. Okay, why do you randomly want to eat me? Where does this come from? Have I ever been mean to you? Have I done anything to disappoint you? So what are you doing today? Today we are going to study. I should put Badass Temple away. They are gonna study this book, okay? Ta. So this book is 78 Degrees of Wisdom, a tarot journey to self-awareness by Rachel Pollack, and this is one of like the core Bibles of Western tarot studies. So I've been reading it very carefully. Initially it was separated into like the major arcana and then into the minor arcana. So you have two separate books, like 78 Degrees of Wisdom major arcana, then 78 Degrees of Wisdom minor arcana. But in recent years with the new edition, they combine all of it to They combine all of it into like one single book. They combine it to one single book, and I have been trying to master the major arcana, but I'm not getting anywhere. So I've been studying the minor arcana instead. Okay. So the thing is that this is like one of the holy Bibles, but it also contains pretty heavy content. So it hasn't been easy going through it, even for me who kind of likes to read and stuff like that. Yeah, if you're not much of a reader, then it makes more sense that you would start learning through the guidebooks first and like online guide, like how to get started and stuff. This is for if you really want to be dedicated to diving deeper, and I got it off Amazon. And yeah, so the rest is history. Yeah, the rest, as they say, is history. So I think previously I did study this on stream, except I didn't show you guys the book. So, yeah. What got you into it? Hi, Angel. That's a very good question. What got me into tarot? I guess initially, at some point, I was like looking for direction in life and stuff like that. And then I found out this cool thing called numerology. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar, numerology, at its most basic level, is essentially divination using numbers. Okay. It is one of the older forms of divination, I think, but is it older than astrology, or is astrology older? I don't remember. I don't remember that. But one thing led to another. I got interested in that, and then I found out that tarot was essentially very linked to it, and I was like, hey. And then I really got into it. I got my first deck. I started reading. I started studying. Like, I don't know, something, I was drawn to it, and something about it was like, I know it's gonna need lots of studying, but I'm not gonna let that stop me, okay? Yeah. Let's see how you're having a great day today. I am! Thank you, Zero! Thank you for joining us. What is tarot? Never heard of it. Tarot is just a divination system, so for those of you who don't know what divination is, or if it's your first time listening, divination simply means fortune telling. That means trying to predict the future. Okay, so when people say they're into divination, that means they're into some form of fortune telling, and there are numerous methods of fortune telling all over. The oldest one would probably be astrology. Okay, then you have numerology, you have tarot, you have cartomancy, which, by the way, tarot is a subset of cartomancy, which is fortune telling via cards. And then you also have probably palm reading, tea leaves reading, pendulums, runes, bones, all kinds of divination systems. Okay, so out of all of these, tarot is just one of them. So I guess if I have to say cartomancy, which is CARTOMANCY, that one is essentially divination using playing cards, and the playing cards we know today refer to like the poker cards, which is why I have several poker card decks, but definitely not because not because I'm just trying to collect them. No. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there's cartomancy, so that's playing cards, and then as a subset of it, we have tarot, we have Lenormand, we have Thoth, and even within the tarot systems, there are several. Is it Thoth? I think Tarot de Marseilles. And is there another system? Yeah, the one I'm using right now is the most standard and widely used Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. So yeah. This is not like those dudes out there in the street that tell me I can see my future, right? I have no idea what kind of dudes you're talking about, but I think it's fortune telling. Fortune telling has many different disciplines as well. For example, there are people who are very spiritual. For example, my good homie Leia Nix. Okay, like my good friend Leia. You may have seen me raid into her tarot streams and stuff. She also deals with divination and things, and for her, she takes the more spiritual stance on it. Like she consults her spirit guides. She does more of like cleansing and crystals and the kind of thing. Whereas for me, I take a slightly more secular approach, whereby I don't really consult spirit guides. I mostly consult my own intuition as well as my knowledge of the cards. Yeah, so. Even see, just between the two of us, we already have very different approaches to it. Like even okay, let's say I pull 3 cards. Okay, I can give you one interpretation. All right, and then maybe Leia knows your situation, sees the same cards, and she could give you a slightly different interpretation. Okay, that's the interesting thing about it. Oh, hi Clementy. I'm so sorry. I didn't see your message. Is your first time here? Yeah. Wow. Good. Welcome. Fire Emblem tarot cards. Maybe this will teach me what to do with them. I mean, you could learn. You could get a copy of such books, but I would say maybe get an e-copy so that you can see if it's your kind of thing. It could get kind of thing, because if you're talking about how to get started, I would say you need to first learn some of the meanings and that kind of thing. A good guidebook will help, yeah. Usually tarot decks come with their own guidebook, especially those drawn by indie artists and stuff. So yeah, just refer to those. I'm not into that kind of spiritual stuff. I'm skeptical but curious. Then you would be very interested in this approach called secular tarot, which is essentially like tarot solely used for self-reflection. I'm somewhere in between, whereby I'm not really into the spiritual side of tarot, but I do believe that we are consulting a higher divine power, if that makes sense. It's just that I don't go like, oh, spirit guides, what should I do, that kind of thing. There's no one thing, but I would hesitate to call myself secular. Yeah. So yeah, in that I'm sorry, if you really want to keep, if you really want to maintain like that skeptical mindset, then perhaps you should go to like there is a subreddit called Secular Tarot. So you just go look it up. I think you'll be more interested in the stuff there, but I'm not going to be following those principles very strictly. Yeah. Yep. So previously on stream I studied. I want to show you the notes I made. Where is my copies? My cup. Where is the cup? Ah, yes, the cup. The cup. So previously, when I was on, when I was studying this on stream, I mean, I didn't show you guys this. So this is the first time you guys are seeing this. I was writing notes like this. Okay, I was writing notes like this, such as King of Cups and stuff. So the thing is that I am a literature student at heart. Like, I have a literature degree. So the one thing is like, how do you identify a literature student? They write in their books. This is one of the ways you can identify a literature student. We are taught to write in our books, okay? And thankfully, this book has a lot of generous and big margins for me to write, and I haven't even filled all of them up. Look at this. Look at this. Queen of Cups and stuff like that. Christian soul. I don't believe that kind of stuff. Oh, you should have said you were Christian at the start. I would have explained so much. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know Christians are not big on divination, so usually I just like don't really engage further. Yeah. I hope you can understand, lol. I can understand. The thing is that I enjoy using it to get more depth on, say, like to get more depth on situations and stuff like that. So it's just that a lot of people ask me for future stuff, and I'm just like, ugh. Like my favorite kind of readings are the how should I approach this situation stuff. So you can kind of like reflect on like the present as well as how you can move forward into the future. But then people come like, no, and I'm just, yeah, okay, sure, it works as well. It's just personal preference, you know. Hi Amara, hello, hi guys. Yeah, so you can see I kind of already went through the cups and things like that, so we can revise later. But the section that I haven't gone through is the swords as well as the pentacles, which honestly are kind of like my favorite. Wait, is this the ah yeah, the pentacles. I haven't gone through the pentacles yet. Pentacles are interesting suit. Okay, so suits. The swords are an air suit. So essentially, we'll just like read through this together. Okay, we'll read through this together. All right, yeah. First, bubble tea, yummy. ASMR? Sorry, unintended bubble tea ASMR. This was not intended at all. In many ways, swords are the most difficult suit. The very object, a weapon, signifies pain, anger, destruction. Pain, anger, and destruction. So when it comes to the swords, usually they kind of like go for the very powerful. They're pretty striking. Usually when you see a swords card, they tend to be very negative images at first glance. I guess so. Negative images at first glance. Negative images at first glance. Yes, I know my handwriting sucks. You don't need to tell me, guys. I mean, that's kind of the first thought when you can see the future. I'm curious what kind of self-learning you can get from this. I can't really answer that exactly. Like, I can... It's only when you have, like, done readings and you kind of, like, go through the motions that you can sort of, like, see how it goes. Yeah, it's... I can't explain like that to you. Because even if I could, I don't think you would accept it anyway. Yeah, so... Yeah, the sword can symbolize cutting through illusions. It's okay, can't be a doctor's handwriting. Excuse you! Don't insult doctors like that. Cutting through illusions and complicated problems. Seems like the Gordian knot. I've seen the Gordian knot a few times. Like I saw it in the Tarot of the Divine, so maybe I'll look into it. Cutting through illusions and complicated problems. So in the same way that they can, in the same way that they destroy, they can also cut through problems. Yellowhead, the knight who achieved the Holy Grail, could not begin his spiritual quest until he had received his magic sword from Merlin, the Kingdom's Guide. Similarly, we cannot begin our own quest for meaning and value in life until we have learned to recognize and accept the truth, whatever pain it brings. I think a lot of like the swords has to do with facing the truth as well. Very suitable suit for Mouse Edgeworth, not gonna lie. Facing, we gotta like steps to facing the truth. 2 words. Facing the truth. Steps towards facing the truth. Yeah, I'm insulting myself and my colleagues. Please write better, guys. Which is what I want it to be. I'm gonna be a wild animal running around enjoying myself. Limo. Same. I mean, I'm already an animal, so like... Think your handwriting is cute. You're just trying to flatter me, Zero. You can't even read what this is saying. Come on. Swords belong to the element of air, wind, often seen as the closest to Aether or Spirit. Ooh. Yeah, so Aether and Spirit is pretty commonly talked about in one of my new decks, the Fortuna Opal Omen. Or should I say Fortuna decks, because I have 2 of those decks. Yeah, they talk about spirit, they talk about reincarnation and that kind of thing, so I think swords might be a pretty valid entry into learning to use that deck. The word spirit relates directly to the word breath, and in Hebrew, the word for spirit and the word for wind are the same. Spirit and wind? Oh. Give me a moment. I think the sheep mom is home. Hold on. Yes, baby, on the mount. Hello. Hi. I'm back. Yeah, Sheep Mom is back. So I let Small Sheep out, and Small Sheep shall be handling himself outside. Fortuna formula. One of my friends told me that using Fortuna they could see the world destroy and sources are what radical way. What the hell's the Fortuna formula? I mean, I didn't look up the exact meaning of Fortuna. It just happens to be the name of like the deck. Molly trying to flatter you. That's why I'm here for. Kia Zero, you're such a sweet talker. Hello, Ghost. Happy Women's Day, Mia. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's Happy Women's Day. Damn. I think I saw some stuff about it, but I didn't really pay attention. I was just like, Happy Women's Day, haha. Now that you say it, oh yeah, I is a woman. But just aside, I swear I can't read half my colleagues' handwriting. I don't think, okay, look, if your handwriting is shit, even writing slow is not gonna help. Like, for me, this is how I write usually. It gets worse when I write fast, but I don't have to write fast today, okay? No problem. Just as air constantly moves, so the mind never rests. Twisting and turning, sometimes violent, sometimes calm, but always moving. Anyone who has tried to meditate will know how persistently the mind moves. Yeah, guys, I highly suggest meditating. At least trying to meditate, but it's not as easy as you think it is, okay? Your mind is noisy. They refuse to calm down, okay? Your mind never calms down. Air constantly moves. Persistently, the mind moves. So basically, the mind is always moving, like, persistently. Thoughts always jumping about. Okay. One problem connected with swords is that of ungrounded thought. One we might call a Hamlet complex. Oh god, why do I keep getting haunted by this play? Oh my god. Damn. Holy shit. I'm being haunted. Once upon a time. Oh, I only write when I draw. I just might never write in years. I see ghost. You should write more. Once upon a time, a sailor saw the future where he is defeated, so he built a boat called Fortuna to conquer other countries to stop their fate. Interesting. Interesting. I'll probably look that story up later. Yeah. I'm always open to like studying a bit more, you know. I reminds me of cute anime girls just like you. Yeah, I'm very proud to be an anime girl, guys. No problem connected with the source. The mind sees so many sides to a situation, so many possibilities that understanding their own action becomes impossible. This is like the Sherlock problem if you were a weaker man. Because you see so many possibilities, you have to consider so many things. What is action when you have to go through all of them? Because our culture is always emphasized. Because our culture is always emphasized rationality. So if we emphasize rationality, many people today see thinking in general as the cause of all life's problem. I doubt so though. It's like, don't think so much, just do. But if we don't think at all, then we're just going to make stupid decisions, okay? Sometimes even when we think, we still make stupid decisions. That's the most insane part, okay? Still important to think before doing. Such a thing were possible. The tarot tells us it would not benefit us. Who we do not overcome the problem of an element by banishing it. Or replacing with something, but combining with other elements. So guys, this is where we have this is where the other elements come into play. So fire can be combined with water, and then air can be combined with earth in order to like kind of like bring out the qualities of both. Although so far I haven't gone that advanced in my tarot journey. Like betrayal. I'm sorry, where did that come from? Where did the betrayal come from, Lamo? Fire and water. So like fire and water. Air and earth. Let's see. I'm more confused here. Nothing else can sort out the truth. We need also to combine air with water. This is pretty important. Emotion with receptivity. Okay, this is pretty crucial. Crucial. You combine with other spirit and deep values grounded in spiritual, psychological truth that we see embodied in the major arcana. And the problem of air changes to the way, wisdom. Knowledge. Kind of just often talks about like how you receive knowledge as well, like the receptivity. The most obvious problem shown in stories is that of sorrow, pain, anger. The stormy side of air. We cannot overcome these things by ignoring them, but we can add to source the optimism of wands. Well, we can add to source the optimism of wands. Use pentacles to take ourselves off our emotion. Interesting. Wands. Let's see. Wands. Added. Let me just write a summary. Wands added to swords. Optimism. Pentacles. Added to swords is distancing from emotions. Through involvement. Through involvement with work, nature, outside world. Interesting. Yep, so that's the introduction to swords. Jesus, why are there 3 cards? I'm here for the King of Swords. Where? Okay. Usually when Rachel puts multiple cards in the same page, she puts it there for a reason. So let's see. King as a maintainer of social structure, the king represents authority, power, and judgment. Authority, power, and judgment. This kind of like goes in general with all of the core cards, I believe. Like when you see a king, usually it means authority, power, judgment. He takes the mental energy of air and uses it to uphold the keenness of his mind and the force of his personality. Keenness of mind, force of personality. There's not much like space I can use to write though. Let's see. Keen mind. I'm just gonna keenness of mind, force. So likely the people represented by King of Swords probably have really strong personalities. Alone. Yellow crown for mental energy. Mental is purple for wisdom. Yeah, there are no colors here, so you know what happens when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly? They kinda melt into goo and then reform into a butterfly before they come out. But there's research done to show that they probably still have memories from when they were caterpillars. That one was interesting. Burn house headdress. Red. Color of action. The king's intellect does not exist for itself alone, but or rather what it can do. Intellect, what can it do? Man of action. Yeah, one thing is that about court cards is that traditionally, like kings and queens, pages and knights, they're kind of like seen as feminine, masculine figures, but mostly it's the qualities that they embody. So it's not necessarily like I pull out a king. Yeah, it's probably like a guy in your life. It's not necessarily like that. Yeah, it's just people who embody such qualities. Sorry, I like that the Queen of Swords of Justice does not point straight up. Right. It does not point straight up. Yeah, look at this. It points slightly to the side. Whereas for Justice, it points straight up. For Emperor, well, it's not really a sword here, but his scepter points straight up. This is pretty much interesting. Tilt to the right, the side of action. Is the right the side of action? Tilted. Sword. Tilted right. Side of action. Reborn is new. The body disappears and reborn a new body. The spirit is still there, just in a new body. I see. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's pretty magical. It is a new body, yeah. Hold up. The requirement to act upon his judgments tends to distort the power of judgment itself. Oh, excuse me? I don't understand this sentence. The requirement to act upon his judgments tends to distort the power of judgment itself, a fact you can see if we compare the situation of an academic observer of politics with that of someone running a country. Ah, okay. He needs to act on his judgments. Action, so action taker versus observer, I guess. Observer versus action taker. Okay. Moreover, the emphasis on social-minded realism may narrow its viewpoint to a very limited materialism. Emphasis on social-minded realism? Yeah, I may get quiet when I try to like digest the heavier stuff because this is pretty darn heavy. It's time for more bubble tea. Born to become human cater. We are now stuck in this body. Sorry, I have no idea what a cater is. Materialism. Tough-minded members. So people who tend to be more I don't want to call them mental. But people who are very intellect driven and things like that, they tend to be like, nah, I don't have time for that mystic shit, you know, that mystic shit. But actually, a lot of how you think, a lot of how your process actually works is actually, a lot of it is, you know, a lot of it is based on preconception and prejudice. Everyone is prejudiced, essentially. Prejudiced. You're similar to the Emperor. We can call the king the Emperor's representative in the real world. Okay, so the difference between the Emperor and the King of Swords is that the Trump is essentially archetype of order law society. Okay, archetype of order law society. Archetype? Where is it? Archetype. Archetype. Archetype of order law society. Order law society. Whereas the King of Swords maintains this in practice. So he takes all of this and he does it in practice. Put into practice by put into practice by the King of Swords. There we go. Hi Belle, hello. Welcome, welcome. This is kind of like a chill-ish studying session and things. So, oh yeah. If you have any questions about like what I'm studying now, you feel free to like ask, because personally I'm trying to figure out myself. That's just me. Two birds, the animal emblem of sword court cards. Oh, the emblem is two birds. Okay. Fly behind the throne. Oh, yeah. Emblem. This one, the two birds. Bird symbolizes the mind ability to take us into high air of wisdom, removed from... Interesting. I guess the animal emblem is because air. So we gotta remember air. It's an air suit. Symbolizes the mind's ability to take us into high air of wisdom, removed from fury, passion, watery emotion, or earthly material corruption. This is a pretty good sentence. This is like wands. Wands. Cups. Pentacles. Pretty stonks if I do say so myself. Yeah, Ineta, if you're going to come into my chat to try and talk about your Christian things, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to like ask you to leave, because it directly contradicts with like the content I'm trying to do. And it's not that I have anything against Christianity, but please do not talk about like religious stuff in my chat, okay? Now's not the time for it. Yeah. Two on the other hand, two birds. Oh, the number 2 also has a significance. Choice. The tension between abstract thought and the action that must be taken. Thought to action. Thought to action. This one is very important. If you only think and you don't take action, then nothing really happens. Class of Shib is always good GA. That's Fortuna formula. Yeah, I got it. I will look it up in my own time, okay? I'll look it up in my own time. Yeah, thank you. Currently, I'm studying the swords. So let's keep things on topic, okay? If the birds symbolize the mind's ability to climb above the world, they also symbolize the remoteness such an attitude can produce. Swords really is the hardest, I think. I still have trouble understanding swords, like, on a deeper level. Remoteness. Isolation? I'm thinking this is probably talking about, like, isolation. Isolation. Because his throne is kind of in the clouds. And the King of Wands, the Swords King, can tend towards arrogance. His powerful mind and will sitting here above the more confused people around him. Tend towards arrogance. I swear, the more I read about the King of Swords, the more I keep thinking of Mouse Edgeworth now. With his powerful mind and will. Personality trait. Personality trait. In social terms, I'm really doubting, but that's how it works. No, it's more like I don't want to talk about the Fortuna formula now. I want to talk about like Swords and Pentacles. In social terms, the imagery suggests a tendency of women. To diverge their judgments from the real needs of people. In more personal terms, we see the remote king in men or women who are harsh, cold, and judgmental. As a husband or a lover, the King of Swords often indicates a domineering or controlling person. Another personality trait, but it's not necessarily a hard and fast line. In its best sense, the King of Swords evokes justice, the card directly beneath the Emperor in the Major Arcana. When he connects with this trump, the King stands for social justice. So he is kind of like linked to like justice then. Social justice, wise laws, and above all, commitment to intellectual honesty. And the need to put knowledge into practice. It's true. These three cards have characters that stare directly at us. Directly at us. Sorry. Directly at us. So, alone of all the court cards, this is pretty interesting. So he's the only one that stares straight at us. Interesting. Intellectual. I guess when they appear together, I guess. But that's kind of like for future me to worry about. Okay, so for most cards, you will have the upright meaning as well as the reversed meaning. So usually the reverse meaning can be anything from a direct opposite of the qualities that the upright represents. It could like opposite of just the qualities of the suit. It could be blocked energy. It could be somehow whatever it is manifesting in a negative way. But sometimes it's not the case. Like, for example, one of the cards that usually means negative things, like let me think. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is usually shown by let me just pick it up. 8 of Swords has to be here somewhere. 8 of Swords. See this? Yeah. It's pretty negative because usually it talks about like self-victimization. It's like self-victimization. It's about feeling helpless and everything. And it usually points to a situation whereby you feel like you can't do anything, but actually, as long as if you could just like take off your own blindfold, you can walk away free pretty easily, right? So for a card that is like that, when you reverse it, it actually means like freedom. It means walking free from whatever situation you are caught in. So it's not necessarily that reversed is bad. It's just that you are taking a different approach to seeing how the qualities manifest into the card. Does that make sense? Yeah, but we're a bit far from going to 8 of Swords, so we're still in the court cards. I don't know why Rachel chose to do the court cards first. Usually those come at the end. So we go from like Ace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page, Knight, Queen, King. Most people usually go in that way, including the way that the decks are arranged. But, well, I guess she wrote this book. She decides like how she wants to arrange it, yeah. Right side of the king walks a narrow line between committed intellect and power for its own sake. Reverse, he tends to fall on the wrong side. See? Falls on the wrong side of that line. And what is that line? How you use intellect and power. Is authority corrupted? Strength used for its own ends of power and dominance. Yeah. AKA, I would say Christoph Gavin is absolutely a reverse King of Swords. Christoph Gavin is like the perfect example of a reverse King of Swords. Corrupted authority, strength used for its own ends of power and dominance. That's exactly what he's doing, okay? In readings, you must always take such strong imagery into consideration. The reversed king or any reversed court card may simply mean some person in difficulty. In connection with the queen or the knight, it may mean a difficult relationship or a failure to mature. See the section on reading for relationships between court cards of the same suit. Ah, Jesus. I'm gonna have to go to a section. By itself, however, it symbolizes the arrogance of a powerful mind turned in on itself, recognizing only its own desire for control. By itself, only its own desire for control. It's a delicate balance, I guess. Okay, let's move on to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Now, certainly she doesn't look as threatening as the King of Swords. I will give her that. Okay, I'll give her that. As the yin aspect of the suit, the Queen of Swords symbolizes the experience of both sorrow and wisdom. Sorrow? Sorrow and wisdom and the connection between them. How does this work? Having experienced pain? Widowhood? Well, that's one meaning I didn't quite know it had. Okay. Sometimes means widowhood. Having faced it with courage, acceptance, and honesty. Let me just write this down. Found wisdom. By facing pain with courage, acceptance, and honesty. Okay, I think this works. A tassel hanging from her left wrist. Ooh, there is a tassel, okay. Resembles a cut rope. She has used the sword of her intellect to free herself from confusion, doubt, and fear. Although she frowns at the world, she opens her hand to it. This is interesting. You see, guys, I wasn't kidding when I said that this book is kind of deep. Even I have to be like, what does this mean? Free herself from confusion, doubt, and fear. Still open. Skeptical, cynical? Skeptical or cynical but open. Clean air of truth, high above her. Stand straight up. Very strong story energy. In the sense that powerless women will often suffer from the actions of men, the card refers specifically to women. In its character, it can represent someone of either sex, for neither sorrow nor courage are restricted by gender. Wisdom from pain. So basically, aka wisdom from pain. Wisdom from suffering, maybe? Some suffering, pain. Seems like this card has the potential to like have to start like a power hierarchy discussion. That's interesting. Here's Queen can indicate an overemphasis on sorrow. Pessimistic attitude. Ignoring the good things around her. Strong mind turn nasty. A strong mind turn nasty. Reaction to pain and pressure. Strong personality. Strong personality use. So basically she's like a strong personality used to overwhelm others, which is not a good thing. When people oppose her, the Queen turns malicious, narrow-minded, and bigoted. Whether she represents an excess sorrow or egoism, she has lost the right side up commitment to truth. So basically, she lets herself get ruled by oh, posture check. Thank you, Rabbit. Gotta sit straight. There's no sitting straight. Study. I either study or I sit straight. There's no in between, guys. Welcome to Shibdom Jerkson. Hello, welcome. overcome. Ruled by sorrow or ego. Ruled by pride. Excess pride, concealing truth. Excess pride, concealing truth. Bad for back. Oh, no slouching. Oh, my back. Hi, girl gang. Hello, you heard what Dad said. Who? Hi, guy. What are we doing? Today we're studying the sword and the pentacle suit. I'm not sure whether we'll make it to pentacles, but for now we're studying the suits of swords. So suit of swords. I can't English. So we've gone through the king, we've gone through the queen. We're about to move on to the knights. Yeah, tarot cards. Yeah. So we're studying. This is like one of the tarot bibles. So I'm studying the text and writing down notes. Studying there no more. It's okay, I have bubble tea. I have bribed myself with bubble tea. Indeed, she's dying. I am doing a mianqiang, guys. I am doing a mianqiang. I'm doing the benkyo. Bribing yourself, though. Hey, bribing yourself works if you do it correctly, okay? Okay, see, I've been working hard. I've been writing notes, alright? I've been writing notes. Granted, you guys can't read them, but like I can read them, and that's like what's important, okay? Imagine opening Twitch to escape reality only to be brought back like this. Hey, this is fun because like I'm the one studying and suffering. You just need to sit back and watch me mumble to myself. Hardworking Shib. I honestly thought I left my writing in books and studying text like this back in uni, but turns out I can't really leave it back in uni. Yeah, because tarot is kind of like a lifelong journey. You don't really learn it once and then stop there. Because like you can always read a new book. You always like read a new book, and a new book might just tell you like, hey, if you look deeper into the image of this, perhaps you'll find maybe this book says rapid action. Which usually is the case. Like, you know, when you see a picture like this is like rapid action. But if let's say another book says, yeah, this is rapid action, but like if you read it another way, so then you learn the different perspectives, the different ways that people approach. You learn the ways that different ways that people approach the image. You learn the ways they interpret, and then you just gather more and more knowledge into like your knowledge bank, your brain, you know, your hard drive, your inbuilt hard drive. And then when you do that, you basically have more knowledge to draw on when you do readings. Like, for example, if I learned that it could be read this way, it could be read like maybe 5 different ways. Then when I do a reading, I can cycle through these 5 different ways, and then maybe my intuition will help me choose one. They'll be like, yeah, it's probably the second way that this should be read. And then that's how I come up with my readings. So essentially, tarot is a lifelong journey. You don't just stop learning. You just don't stop learning, yeah. Good, I'm here to watch cute sheep do her thing. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to force yourself if you don't want to. But if you want to, I'm very glad to have you. Unfortunately, my CPU cannot process all that knowledge in my hard drive. Both of you to assume my CPU can process that. Yeah, but like... The road to becoming the greatest fortune teller in the world. I mean, like don't really do tarot specifically for divination purposes. Yeah, I'll hesitate to call it that. I just enjoy it. I just like being able to like help people get more clarity on their situation. You know, when they come to me like, hey, so I've been having problems with my work. How should I approach this? And then I can be like, yeah, I can help y'all with that, you know? It's not so much, yeah, I can see your future. Oh my gosh, your workplace is shitty. Get out of there now. Like, instead of something as direct as that, you know, it's kind of like, I can look at all aspects. Like, I'm like, okay, so currently it seems like you seem to feel this way about your work. Perhaps the cards will tell me something about like their boss or their colleague, and it's like you will see a lot of insights from the cards. Yeah, you'll see a lot of insights from the cards. So I think that part is cool. That part is cool. And you know, I've done free readings, and I'm about to do a free reading in about 2 days time. So end of the week on Sunday, I will be doing a week ahead readings, which will inevitably be divination, but it's a much more short-term divination thing. So if you guys want like a free 1-card reading, you can come on Sunday. Yeah. It's okay, you get a good life, your studies. Thank you, Girl King. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lifelong journey. Yeah. So even though I've been studying it quite a while, from time to time I still have to refer to the guidebook because it's so much knowledge, you know? It's so much knowledge. The young knight whose youth makes him both freer of social responsibility than king and less tempered by experience than the queen. Social responsibility. So essentially king is, just write this down, king social responsibility. Queen tempered by experience. Rise directly into the storm, waving his sword in his eagerness to overcome all difficulties. So brave, skillful, strong, wildness, fanaticism. What the hell is a fanaticism again? Fanatic, so a kind of like obsession. Hi, it's Yanni. Hello. Happy belated birthday, Yanni. Happy belated birthday. Ha! Welcome to Shibdom, Shinji Okami. Welcome. Welcome. We always welcome new additions to the Shibdom. My birthday in March 7th. Took me a while to process that. Yeah. Not me thinking about the character March 7th from Honkai Star Rail. No. He's like the rambunctious child. Rambunctious youth. So the knight is kind of a rambunctious youth. Okay. You guys should probably know that court cards are one of the harder cards to read. Okay. So if, let's say, a beginner tarot reader is like, yeah, okay, they pull out court cards, they'll be like, balls. They'll be like, balls. Because court cards are very difficult to grasp initially. Okay, like to this day, I still kind of feel like I've only gotten the basics. But they can. The challenge is how sometimes they can refer to external influences. Sometimes they can refer to yourself. So it's like situation dependent. Sometimes it's very clear that, like, let's say the Knight of Swords is referring to maybe excuse me. Maybe, let's say, a younger brother, okay? Maybe you've been having a fight with your younger brother and it's like, it's clear that this Knight of Swords means your younger brother. But sometimes it's like, yeah, the Knight of Swords is actually you. You're the one who's like responsible for this fight. Kind of thing. Hi Pokemon, Call of Good Tarot Readings. What do you mean Call of Good Tarot Reading? No, this is not a cult, okay? This is a sweet sheepdom, alright? I mean, obviously none of you can leave the sheepdom, okay? But that does not make it a cult, alright? Everyone wants to stay in the sheepdom. Right? Right? You all promise to love, honor, and worship me, right? Like... Are any of you thinking of leaving? Because there's no way to leave. Just saying. Welcome to Shibdom, Yoryu-kun. Welcome. Yes, see? See, everyone wants to join and no one wants to leave. Alright. See? See? Everyone wants to stay here. He often doesn't know how to sustain a long struggle. He expects his enemies and life's problems to fall under his charge and cannot so easily handle a situation that requires a lack of determination, lack of stamina, determination, cannot so easily handle a situation. Interesting. Oh, I should have read the fine print. It's okay, I promise you, you will never want to leave. Okay, you will never want to leave. This is a brilliant place, okay? You will never want to leave. Honorary Sheepdom recruit reporting for duty. You'll enjoy being here. Please leave while your chaos undercover here, but now I'm cursed to stay. What do you mean, Croaking? You enjoy being here. You love it. You love me, okay? You love me, guys. You guys love me so much you don't want to leave, right? Hey, see? The sheepdom is a beautiful place. Yeah. If anyone wants to leave, I give them bubble tea and they'll stay. Yeah. Bubble tea ASMR. Innocence. There's innocence in the night. The opposite of the King of Cups. This is very interesting. Okay. Not King of Cups. Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups will be energy inwards. Knight of Swords. Energy outwards. There we go. This should be easier. Alright, I say the pendulum swings fast sometimes. Did you guys know that pendulums are also a divination method? Like, they're used for, in general, decision making. So like you hold out the pendulum and you read the way it swings. I am not kidding. You can search up pendulum divination. Yeah, but anyway, welcome Yoryu-kun. Welcome. Welcome to the sheepdom. Yeah, so my content kind of like includes stuff like tarot studies, readings, showing off of new decks, as well as a mixture of games and other things. So I've been into Honkai Star Rail lately, so I like to think I play some games that are at least conventionally popular. So I hope I'm not too irrelevant, boy. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. I know that much from Shaman King. Because Shib's dulation. What do you mean shibdulation? What token you? What token you? Okay, so what about the Knight of Swords reverse? So the King Queen's weakness takes over. Extravagant, careless, excessive. His charge becomes wild. Kind of like a doing without thinking. Doing without thinking. Overly direct approach. Studying and streaming. Why did I think of that? It's a win-win. I will succeed in at least one. Shadow. I mean, of course, when I do study streams, like, if I fully focus on studying, this would be a very boring stream. But this is somewhere between, like, me studying, me kind of, like, explaining and teaching you guys, and also partly entertaining you guys. So it's not as direct as, like, yeah, guys, it's study stream, woo, and then, like, you know, I do deep learning and stuff for you. That just doesn't happen, sorry. At least I don't think I'll be able to do it. Like, my style is to at least give chat some kind of focus and stuff. Got pendulum readings. By the way, I don't have a pendulum, so I couldn't give one if I tried. But I do have a coin, a yes/no coin. It's about the same as a pendulum reading. If anyone wants to ask a yes/no question, me flips coin. There you go. That's your reading. Yeah, but for people who are new to tarot reading, yes/no, tarot is not the best option for yes/no questions. Okay, if you want to ask something as specific as, like, how do I say this? Like, if you want something specific, like, say, should I take the job or not? Tarot's not gonna. I mean, there are ways to read it as a yes/no, but there are ways to read it as a yes/no, because different cards in the tarot generally can mean yes or no depending on what they show. But that kind of, like, goes against the essence of tarot, which is to go deeper in for you to consider all aspects of the decision, you know? So it's a bit hard for me to be like, yeah, this card means yes, this card means no. Why did both say no? Happy Kukabin, hello. Studies show that explaining concepts to others is really good for learning, even if it's explaining stuff to yourself in head. I see, so that means I'll learn better. Yay, thank you guys, yay. Okay, so finally move to the last of the court cards in the Swords, Page of Swords. Some decks portray the page as, like, women, which honestly I don't think the gender of the page really matters in a sense. It's mostly a stylistic choice and stuff. Okay, so the page is like kiddo, okay? So you have kiddo, it's like you have the kiddo, you have the young'un, you have the mama, and you have the papa, okay? You have the papa. So court cards wise, that's kind of how it goes. Page of Swords, a much lighter card than the other court swords. The page represents a very different approach to problems than the knight. Notice that while King and Queen emphasize wisdom, the two younger cards deal with the swords more immediate quality of conflict. So King and Queen tend to emphasize wisdom, so, like, King and Queen, wisdom, Knight and Page is conflict. Yeah, conflict. I lost my train of thought there. Conflict, yeah. Is it a study book or storybook? it's more of a study book actually. I'm treating it as like a textbook because it's a journey to a self-awareness. Essentially, it's an in-depth. Okay, so see it right. An in-depth analysis of the tarot, examining all aspects of the cards, their origins, symbolism, psychological resonances, and historical, mythological, and esoteric background, including instructions on how to give readings. Yeah, so I haven't reached the readings part yet of this textbook. It's not really a textbook, but it is more of like a study material than anything else. Yeah, it's definitely no storybook. It's a pretty heavy one. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have affiliate links, so yeah, if you want to get one for yourself, it's a pretty good book. But unless you are ready to you are ready for knowledge, it may not be that suitable as a first tarot book, if you know what I mean. There's this show called Ted Lasso that has an episode that talks about it, and I really like what they say about it. That it helps you get a perspective that you might not have. Ah, I see. No wonder I function better whenever I go like, guys, chat, come. So the problem is like this, like this, like this. And then before I finish explaining, I already know how to solve it. I don't know why it's just like that. I didn't charge them. He finds it sufficient to simply get above them to find the high ground. Instead of solving conflicts or meeting opposition, he detaches himself. Removes self from situation. Ignores? Does that mean he ignores? Ignores it? If the situation is one that calls for such an easygoing approach, then the page's unattached attitude is very beneficial, but for more difficult problems involved, then the page's practice becomes hard to maintain. Yeah, like, besides this text, there is another text that is written by the maker of this tarot system. Waite himself, Rider-Waite-Smith, right? The Rider-Waite-Smith? The Waite. That guy named Waite, he wrote a book on like the meanings of the cards as well. But interestingly enough, it is not that widely used. Like, can you imagine the creator wrote a book and then it's like people go, yeah, I prefer 70 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack. I know a very good and wholesome book. You should definitely read it on stream. It's called Berserk. I see. Yeah, I've heard of Berserk. Oh my god, it's the most wholesome. It's the most wholesome and not twisted and absolutely non-gory manga that I was recommended a while back. So I would consider reading such a child-friendly book on stream. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll think about it. Easygoing approach. Vigilance? I'm not quite sure what this vigilance means though. Much of the page's energy goes to looking over his shoulder. So does that mean the page is cautious? Cautious? Cautious attitude. Somewhat aged student Hamlet embodied the page's attitude of observation and irony. Where does the irony come from? What? Where did the irony come from? Okay, observation and irony. I'll revisit this when I understand better. What about Higurashi? Yeah, I think I've heard of it before, but is that a visual novel? I feel like I've been recommended that as a visual novel. It's just that I haven't bought it. Speaking of manga, reading one now is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 7 Steelball Run nearing the end. Ooh, I see. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure seems like a pretty popular one. I never really got into it, but I do understand like the appeal. Irony of Shibs. Maybe. Maybe it's truly irony of Shibs. Pearls are chewy. Higurashi was the first anime I ever watched, and it opened with a guy bashing someone's face into a bed. Oh no! Is it the same one where like this girl fell off a staircase and stabbed through her eyeball with like the umbrella or something? Hopefully it's not the same. This sounds terrible. Not a detached quality, the page can sometimes indulge himself in spying on people. What are you, a pervert? People watcher. People observer. Watcher? Reminds me of Kuroko. Kuroko Tetsuya from like Kuroko no Basket. Interesting. The Page of Swords really is an interesting card. The umbrella is from another. Okay, thank you, Clementi. That's another. All of you recommending this definitely this is definitely pure and child friendly series. Hi Night Souls, hello. Hi guys, welcome in. Well, today there's no Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail, if I'm gonna stream, I'll probably stream like tomorrow night. Yeah, it's not in the schedule, so we'll see. We'll see my mood, okay? Lately, I've been I'm obsessed with like playing Ethereum Wars, which is essentially like their version of Pokemon. It's so funny. I was like, isn't this just Pokemon? Even the way they handle the Aether coins, is like handling Pokeballs. It was so fun. Yeah, but if I'm in the mood tomorrow, I'll stream it. Well, let's like then maybe we could get through. We could kind of like try and get through Penacony. We could get through Penacony, and then maybe I can grind more events off stream, and then gacha on stream and watch as I get yet another sample. Oh. Higurashi is older than another and a lot darker. I see. Oops, that's not Jingyuan. Yeah, definitely not in love with Jingyuan, definitely. And Pikuga, is tarot reading related to zodiac? If you mean the horoscopes, it is at least a bit related to it. In a sense, it takes some inspiration. But if you mean zodiac as in the Chinese zodiac, I don't think so. At least not to my knowledge, not to my current knowledge. Like if there is a link and there's any books about it, I'm sure they're out there. But to my knowledge, because when you say zodiac, think of like the Chinese zodiac, you know, like the rat, the bull, the whatever. But if you're talking about like horoscopes, there is a link. There's a link. And for example, the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus. The Lovers is ruled by Gemini, you know, and Strength is ruled by Leo. So there are influences like that. But strictly speaking, zodiac, nah. I mean horoscope. There are some links, yeah. Like I said, there are some links. But it's more of there are horoscope influences, but it was not created from horoscope. Horoscopes and essentially astrology came first, okay? Astrology is one of the oldest systems in the world, and in comparison, tarot is kind of like how do I explain? Okay, do you guys know like the history of the earth? like, you know, the dinosaurs and then the whatever and everything, and then like the humans kind of like came in the last minute of midnight, you know, like if the history of the earth could be condensed into like a single day, then humans come in like 1 minute to midnight or something. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Astrology has been around for like many years, and then tarot is just like, oh well, hello, I baby. Yeah, of course, it has pretty interesting origins. Okay, I'm not saying it's very new, but in comparison to astrology, it's a wee baby. Okay. Hi Nanoyo, hello. Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing great as well. Come join me in definitely not talking about, definitely not getting distracted from my studies. Yeah, but thanks for your question though. I'm glad I could establish the difference between the zodiac and the horoscopes, because those two are pretty different things. Okay, when you talk about horoscopes, be specific that you mean the horoscopes. Okay, if not, I would just assume you're talking about the Chinese 12 zodiacs, and I'll be very confused. Here we see the effect of the page's aloof attitude in a situation that requires more force. Yes, this is the word, aloof attitude, okay? The vigilance turns to paranoia. Everyone appears to be an enemy. Begin as a feeling of I'm above all that, I don't need to concern myself if that becomes an obsession with problems, and a seeming inability to do anything about them. Such feelings of weakness are endemic to swords. Swords are so angsty. Oh my gosh. If I could do like an Ace Attorney tarot deck, I would make swords like I would make swords full of Miles Edgeworth illustrations, and I'll make like Phoenix. I'll make the wands full of like Phoenix illustration because they are like they are so compatible. See, feelings of weakness, they require wands for courage and optimism. Sorry. Wands are all about courage and like optimism. So basically, it's like some kind of decision paralysis, I guess. Decision paralysis. So basically air plus fire. It doesn't sound like a good idea, but air plus fire is apparently pretty solid. Air plus fire. Fine, are you becoming Memory's guardian? Excuse me, what do you mean Memory's guardian? I have no idea what you're talking about, sorry. Okay, finally we have moved past the absolutely complicated court cards. We have now moved on to the numbered minor arcana of the swords. Hi Angel, hello. How are you? Hi. Gosh, look at the Ten of Swords. It looks so painful. It's like oh no. Oh dear, just woke up. Good morning, Angel. Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, especially since you've tuned into my stream. So definitely, you're having a wonderful morning. Okay, from the blue skies of the court cards to the black gloom of the 10 and 9. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's like blue skies for court cards and suddenly darkness, edginess. How many pages are in this book? I started from the middle of the book, by the way. How many pages? That's like... if we count the index, it's like 354? 354 pages? Yeah, it's not the longest, like, it's not the longest one I've read, so no biggie. Guys, I'm a literature student. I've read longer, okay? I wrote an essay on a book that was 3 times as long as a Harry Potter book. So it's like reading through the entire text was like reading through 3 Harry Potter books. Okay, I'm not kidding. By the way, that text is if I'm not wrong, David Copperfield by David Copperfield. Was it Charles Dickens? I think so. Charles Dickens. That was like so long. It was like over 1,000 pages. Yeah. This question has nothing to do with the book, so I'm gonna ask it. One Piece or Naruto? I've only ever read Naruto, so it's a bit unfair to ask me. I never read One Piece. Okay, I never read One Piece, so I'm sorry. I don't think I can answer that. But I believe both are excellent pieces of classic shonen work. Okay. Well, to me, in my heart, they are still part of like the big 3, 4, 5, the big something essentially. Just 10 of Cups overflowing, so 10 of Swords fills us with pain. 痛いですね. Imagine getting stabbed by all these swords. This is painful, man. Overwhelmingly. Despite the extreme picture, the card does not represent death or even especially violence. Guys, remember, this is very important, okay? It does not represent death. It does not represent violence, okay? You see this stabby? It's not nobody dead, okay? I know it looks scary. The stabby looks scary, but no death, no violence, okay? Signifies more of a reaction to problems than the problems themselves. Reaction to problems. To be honest, it feels like a very dramatic card, if you ask me. It takes only 1 sword to kill someone. Okay, let's go through this one. It takes only 1 sword to kill someone. The 10 swords in the man's body, even including 1 in his ear. There's 1 in his ear? Oh my god, there is 1 in his ear. Holy shit. Who the hell did this? Okay. Suggests hysteria and adolescent attitude that no one has ever suffered so much as me. My life is over, and so on. Notice that in contrast to the 9, the sky clears in the distance. The black clouds give way to sunshine. And that in contrast to the 5 or the 2, the water lies placidly. The situation is not so bad as it looks. Oof, okay, this is a bit wordy. Let's see. Hysteria. Overly dramatic. Overly dramatic. Take on the situation. Okay. There's a lot of relationships between the cards of the suits, and I'm still kind of like learning those, but it's very common to compare it to like the different numbers, especially in books as heavy as these. So rip. Rip. For real. Oh no, my light is gone. I think it's out of battery. Ah well, never mind. I don't think you guys even noticed when the light of my stand went off, but never mind. The situation is not so bad as it looks. It's like finality. Finality, this is as bad as it gets. Okay. Turn this card around and we can imagine the swords falling out of his back. The reversed seems more complicated. You know, there are people who do not read reversals. Like, reversals are not compulsory in tarot reading, so you might meet a reader who's like, no, I don't do reversals, and that's completely normal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that before. I was like, what? Why don't people read reversals? And they're like, nah, just don't. I don't see the point. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. But I feel like reversals give extra depth to the reading, so I continue to read reversals even if it ends me sometimes. A success and advantage, but not permanent. What do you mean not permanent? Why are you like this? Can you please speak in simple English? These ideas suggest that when a situation changes, the problems may go away for a moment. Okay. The problems. Temporary relief. Okay, understand. Temporary relief. So like you're kind of like given space for the moment. You gotta make a real change. Chance to avoid reverting to bad situation. Relationship to 10 of Wands. This is interesting. I think 10 of Wands, if I'm not wrong, is this guy like hugging a huge bunch of sticks. Yeah. Taking on too much of a burden is what that card means, I believe. Okay, next one is the 9! The 9 of Swords, people. The 9 of Swords, okay. It's so weird. It's like the card is here, but the description is here. Pain. Oh my gosh. You know, I've never focused this much on like studying this before. It's because I'm obliged to stay here and explain it to you guys. Yeah. I mean, normally I don't study with gloves, but you know, you guys get to see these sexy gloves. And my sexy fingertips. That's like, that does count for something. Huh? Image of deepest sorrow, utmost mental pain. This is so dramatic. Deepest sorrow, utmost mental pain. Deep sorrow. Okay. So we have like deep sorrow. Mental pain. Let me see those grippers. Grips you. Grips you. Anyway, yeah. Word of Queen frees herself by turning sorrow into wisdom, and the 3 suggests the calm of acceptance. The 9 shows the moment of agony. Okay, the 9 shows the moment of agony, of dissolution. The swords do not stick in her back, but hang in the black air above her. Very often, the 9 refers not to something happening directly to us, but rather to someone we love. Indirect anguish, I guess. Yeah. indirect. Love in fact fills the card and gives it its meaning. Blanket design shows roses, Can we see a way out of such dreadful pain? Both Buddha and Christ pictured the world as a place of unending sorrow. Yet both also said that tragedy always remains a half-truth, and the universe seen as a whole brings joy and peace. And I can't read that word, wrote of embracing Nietzsche so completely with such total ecstatic honesty that we will gladly repeat endlessly every moment of our lives, whatever the pain. These two paragraphs sound so unhinged. A way out of such dreadful pain. Tragedy remains a half-truth. This one's a bit hard to understand. Okay, so reversed. For 9 reverse, weight gives one of his most suggestive formulas: imprisonment, suspicion, doubt, reasonable fear, and shame. Okay, this one is easy to understand. Let's delineate a state of mind, or rather progression of states that result when people retreat into themselves from some problem they do not dare confront. Avoidance. Okay. As when the card writes out, the reverse card gives our reaction to something outside ourselves. But here it is oppression rather than tragedy. Oh, oppression. The key term is reasonable fear, which can refer to, say, political oppression as of racial or sexual minorities, social oppression, feeling of being a scapegoat because of appearance, speech, or simply the personal oppression. Seems like this one is more applicable somewhat. The important thing is that the problem is real, but because you cannot directly attack it, we tend to hide in ourselves, keeping in our anger and resentment. I think the strong part of this reversed meaning is anger and resentment. We don't really have the festering anger and resentment in this one. But reversed, this is especially true. Out of helplessness. And God turning on itself becomes depression, and from there suspicion. The person who was laughed at as a child for big nose thinks that everyone is looking at her. That person believes that any complaint at work is a racial slur. I see. So basically it's the relation is a kind of destructive relationship. Suspicion easily leads to self-doubt and shame. Often it does not even help, at least not completely. If we rationally know that we have no reason to feel ashamed. That in fact those who have ridiculed or oppressed us should feel the shame. Psychological block. It's more of a psychological block than anything. Psychological block. Unless this oppressed self-doubting person takes action. Expresses his or angry, makes real changes in his or her life. This is the key. This is the core one. The deep hidden shame will remain. How to rectify deep-seated feelings of shame. Important, guys, important. Man, I feel like the reversed meaning is actually longer than the upright meaning. Why is it like this? Okay, the 8. One of my favorite cards because it's a very interesting and striking card. Look at this woman, she tied up. Not that I'm into being tied up, guys. Not like that, but it's still a striking image, okay? Okay, yeah. We'll leave it at that. You even noticed the castle. Castle. A symbol of authority. Oppression. Stands in mud. Image of Essentially, the 8 of Swords is that the point is that she looks like she's trapped. You know, she's blindfolded and everything, but her legs are not bound. The swords are not facing her, so there's no reason she can't just walk away, okay? There's no reason, right? See? In short, nothing prevents her from just leaving. She is her only obstacle. She is her only obstacle. The clue to this card is a blindfold, symbolizing confusion, oppressive ideas, isolation of other people in similar situations. Confusion, oppression, isolation. Confusion, oppression, isolation. What political liberationists call mystification, keeping people down not by direct force, but by training them to believe. Is that so? Training them to believe in their own helplessness. A kind of learned helplessness, I guess. Learned helplessness. In the remarkable way the tarot has of summing up complex situations, the card can almost stand as a diagram of the oppressed condition. Interesting. Okay. On a very different level, the 8 of Swords acts as a gate to special awareness. Gate to a special awareness. By identifying with it, we gain a sense of our own ignorant condition, something which many people intellectually recognize. Paradox of paradoxes, but not really accept help. Because we live such lives bound by our physical needs, the limitations of senses, and the conditioning of language and culture, we can only know reality through filters. Without enlightenment, or what some Sufis and others call conscious evolution, we can never really know ourselves or the world, can never say this is the truth, this is the way things really are. Recognition of ignorance is the first and often the hardest step to true knowledge. Admitting weakness is the first step. step towards achieving enlightenment. There we go. There is no one single truth, I guess. Freedom begins when we throw off. Oh, this is reverse, by the way. Freedom begins when we throw off blindfolds. See clearly how we have arrived in whatever situation we are in, what we have done, what others have done. What I can do about it now. Reverse 8 means internal liberation from some oppressive situation. Seeing things as clearly as possible. Freedom. Freedom via knowing the truth. When people say the truth will set you free, I believe this is what they mean, you know? Okay, 7, slyness. Oh, Jesus. Sir, you don't need so many swords. Also, why are you holding them by the blades? Look at this guy. He's holding the swords by the blade. How are you not bleeding, sir? Look at this. Look at this joker. He holding the swords by the blade and he's not bleeding. What kind of skin do you have? Like, are you made of I don't know, are you freaking made of steel or something? I guess it just is not supposed to make sense. Not too much sense anyway. The theme of struggle continues. Struggle. Here you see an image of taking action against problems. Sometimes custom means simply a daring act, even a coup that takes the sting out of opposition. More often it's just for an impulsive act. Impulsive act. Rear shows us someone grinning as he makes off with his enemy's weapons. He has not attacked the camp, he cannot even carry all the swords. Can't even carry all the swords. Schemes and actions that do not solve anything. That kind of sucks. There's an isolation as well. Craftiness. So it's like craftiness. Hidden intentions. Isolation. Pain. Joker trying to imitate 3 sword style. I mean, this is more like a 5 sword style. He has like 3 in his left arm. He has 2 in his right arm. And then it's like these 2 swords he can't even carry. He is such a joker. If you're gonna carry the swords, carry all of them, sir. Don't be a baby. Take them all, okay? Yeah, take them all. Habitually hiding. 1, 3, true in plans or intention. Yeah. Sly planning. Sly planning, I guess? Yeah. Reverse. Isolation turns around to become communication, in particular seeking advice on what to do about one's problems. Valuable as the specific instructions can be just as important as the person's readiness to listen and to seek help. The card can sometimes refer to the act of finding help. Act of finding help? This is pretty interesting. Like all else, the value of the image depends on context. Where self-reliance is required, the 7 of Swords reverse can simply mean an over-dependence on others telling us what to do. When the card reverse appears in opposition, which course, independence or seeking advice, will produce the best results? Dependent on neighboring cards in a reading. I guess so. More swords equals more damage. Huzzah! Oh my gosh, you have solved every problem. More sword is more damage. Yes, wonderful. You have solved the age-old problem. If you have more swords, it means you can do more damage, and the battle will be over faster. Dun dun dun! You have cracked the code. Oh my god. At this rate, I think we'll be lucky to get through swords. We'll be lucky to get through swords. Like, by today. I should not have said swords and pentacles. Oh my god. We're barely getting through the swords. We're still at number 6. This is false advertisement. Yeah, I'll probably change the title later. I'll be like, we're studying swords. And then next week we can study pentacles or something. Okay, now we move on to the boat, okay? You see this guy? He's rowing, who this? A woman and a child? He's a row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is a dream. Yeah. Did you guys like listen to all these nursery rhymes when you were children? Because I sure did. Strange and powerful image. This card more than any other illustrates how Pamela Smith's image reached beyond Arthur Waite's formulas. Okay, so for those who don't know, Arthur Waite is the creator of this deck, but Pamela Smith is the artist of these traditional images, and I think she meditated a lot. She meditated a lot while trying to like draw these images, so they definitely have some spiritual background here and there. Yeah, but that's about it. The pictorial key says journey by water route way expedient, but the picture of a ferry boat at twilight carrying shoulder figures to a wooded isle suggests a more spiritual journey. In myth, Charon carrying the dead across the river Styx. A great silence fills this card, like the silence of Salvador Dali's paintings. Journey by water route. Expedient. Spiritual journey. Suggests a more spiritual journey. I don't know if there's any significance in the fact that it's like an island with a lot of like trees, but we'll see. Usually this card does not signify death, though it can indicate morning. Can indicate morning. So you see a lot of these cards, right? They have meanings like it can be this meaning, but it's really dependent. So for example, if it's something like leaving stuff behind, I can just be all, I guess you're mourning whatever you've left behind. You know, it's just it's really situationally dependent. So it's not like a one way, oh, you just read the meaning of the card, suddenly you can read everything. It's not like that. Quiet passage through difficult time. Okay, quiet passage. Through difficult time. This one's a bit deeper though. We used to sing a Rainbow Nursery song as a kid, and it's one of only memories that stuck with me from primary school. It tells story of clouds giving birth to rainbow and kids cheering for it. That sounds a bit weird, but it could potentially be really cute as well. I see. Yeah, when I was younger, my mom bought a lot of like CDs that had like a lot of children's songs and stuff. So I grew up with a lot of like surrounded by a lot of this kind of thing. By the time Shib came along, and those CDs were like gone, and he's not much of a reader. I was the reader between the two of us. Like I think when did I first read Harry Potter? I think I read one of the thicker Harry Potter books when I was like in primary school. Was it lower primary? Yeah, I read one of the thicker books. I don't remember which one, but one of the thicker books, I could happily read it before I was 10. I consider that a proud achievement. Like, I was a voracious reader, okay? These days, those energies have been directed to reading fanfiction. Okay, I will not be taking questions at this time. Quiet passage through a difficult time. Okay. We carry our troubles, but we have adapted. They will not sink us or bear us down. On a simple level, it means functioning in some difficult situation without attacking the problems. I see. A situation is like functioning but not solving problems. So essentially it's like functioning but not solving problem itself. This is a pretty new meaning to me. Looking deeper, you see an image of long sorrow, but not the only one. Has felt for so long that no longer gives pain, but has become part of life. Oof. This is pretty deep. Getting used to pain. Oh, welcome to the Shibdom, Killer Dolphin. Getting used to pain. Oh boy. There's another less disturbing meaning of a quiet passage physically. Literal journey. Okay, so literal meaning of a journey. A time for easy transition. Oh, it's a black pole? I see. Black means potentiality. Black color means potentiality. All things possible. So everything is possible. All things remain possible. Future is uncertain, huh? But that goes for every reading. The future is always uncertain. The Six of Swords is a gate. Looking at it with sensitivity is also a gate. Probably have to like look into what gate cards are. Ooh. Fanfiction, a higher medium, I understand. Indeed, fanfiction is a higher medium. And while I don't share my fanfictions with the VTubing side of my content, I do write fanfiction as well. I'm both a reader and a writer. I've been writing for a while. Yeah. Yeah, there are many sides of me you guys have not seen yet. Like, I actually draw. I write. I'm a creative person, so it's just that it's kind of like jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. So you know, I'm not as good an artist as like Ray. I'm not like a published writer or anything. It's just I can kind of do it. Like, it's a bit like I can kind of read tarot cards, I can kind of write fanfiction, I can kind of sing, I can kind of do everything, so it just be like that. Ha! Welcome to the Shibdom Miyori-chan. Miyori-chan? Hi! Welcome! Welcome! Didn't you already join the Shibdom? Maybe I remember wrong. Oh well. Okay, sensitivity and then entering the picture. Produce first a quieting effect on the mind, later slowly a sense of movement within the self. I think this is something spiritual. I do not understand it at all. Okay, reversed. Seen in one way, the balance and peace becomes disturbed. Like if you turn this card upside down, there is a kind of disturbance in the piece, right? Like if you overturn it, then the book kind of like overturns. Ah, that was you. I see. I see. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, when people have very similar names, sometimes I get mixed up. We share the same name. I see! Yoryu-kun and Yoryu-chan. Oh my god. Have my fellow writer come illustrator. Hey! I mean, I haven't drawn for years already, so I wouldn't call myself an illustrator, but something I do hope to sell my writing. Like, you know, I write fan fiction and then I draw my own illustration and I sell it as like merch. Popa ASMR. Nom 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 nom. The pearls are very chewy. I love it so much. Seen in one way, the balance and peace become disturbed. There is no peace with the swords, honestly. The passage is no longer serene for water. Symbol of emotion becomes stirred up. Stormy, unstable feelings. Journey, spirit physically or spiritually could refer to the idea that try to attack some long-standing problems. Literally rocking the boat. Rocking the boat and causing trouble as a result. It's like stuff has always been like that, but you had to go and like disrupt the balance, even if it wasn't advantageous to you. Until I remember this will do something about it. To try to remove the source from the boat can sink it, doing more harm than good. Essentially, it's like doing more harm than good by tackling complicated situation. I learned something new today. Another way the 6 reverse can show communication, reminding us the right side of the people maintain the composure. So symbolize unhappy. Another writer. Hey! Yeah, but so far I haven't like shown my writing to you guys. Yeah, because like the stuff I write is how do I explain it? It's not R18 stuff specifically. Like it's not about sexual relations and stuff like that, but it's also not stuff that I would willingly link to myself. Like it's a complicated relationship. I write about like all kinds of themes. I've written crack, I've written like cute fluffy romance, I've written like BL. Look, BL is the least of my problems, okay? Like the fact that practically all of my fanfiction has been like BL is like that's not the point, yeah. Like I mean, if it was just smart, I'll just be like lemao lol, but it's like I also write about the stuff. You know, topics that people may not always be comfortable with. And I hesitate to really to link that to my current persona. Like, can you imagine looking at me and be like, oh my god, Shib writes these horrible things, and I'll be like, maybe. I still can't get merch overseas. I'm sorry, Zero. I really don't have the capacity to like coordinate overseas merch right now. Now I want to read. The thing is, I say I write more adult stuff, but I think I only have like, was it 1 or 2 smut out of all of the fics that I've written? Only 1 or 2, and it's like part of a bigger story. They're all part of a bigger story. Like, you know, people do like PWP. You guys know what PWP means, right? It means porn without plot. For me, I'm like, I need porn with plot. Yoru has BL hidden at her house. I think the question here is who doesn't have BL hidden at their house? Which self-respecting Fujo doesn't have BL hidden in their house? Come on. Come on, all self-respecting Fujo should have some kind of BL content in their house. Whether or not it is hidden is another thing altogether, okay? Yeah. Communication is important, guys, okay? Communication painful, it can also begin healing. Necessary process. The fact that your fanfics are BL are purely coincidental. Listen, when people write fanfics, we are writing about stuff that we want to see happen, but we know will never happen. or has a very slim chance of happening. It's a bit like, I mean, think of fan art in the same sense. It's like sometimes someone would draw, let's say someone draws Jingyuan in casual clothes and they're like, oh, I just wanted to see Jingyuan wearing casual clothes. And in the world of Honkai Star Rail, Jingyuan will practically never have the chance to wear super casual clothes like a t-shirt and stuff. So like that fan art, if you think of it like fanfic, then it's probably an AU where they're all normal people. No one is living 10 million years. You get my drift? Yeah, something like that. So of course, most conventional mainstream anime does not include BL, and naturally, you will find more of such forbidden content on fanfiction sites. Yeah. Not curious about it? Maybe one day fanfic reading stream? No. No. If I do a fanfic reading stream, I'm gonna have to change the rating of this stream. For you guys' safety, okay? Both for your safety and my safety, okay? Anything very related or just headcanon? Yeah, for example, me and Kiko, we regularly talk about how we ship Danheng and Blade, as well as like Danheng and Jingyuan. It's like, it's just... They cannonly have interesting relationships with each other, but romantically, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Okay, Five of Swords, let's go. One of the most difficult cards. Oh, Jesus Christ. What do you mean it's difficult? What do you mean? What do you mean? One of the most difficult cards. Swords is already a difficult suit, so this is like one of the most difficult cards in one of the most difficult suits. I'm gonna perish. Let's go. One of the reasons why some people find the Rider pack too negative. It is what it is. It's a swords card. And yeah, it mirrors the real situation that most people will experience at some time in their lives. All the five show conflict or loss. All the five show conflict or loss. Help. The five show conflict. My life path number is 5. I am dead. So let's carry this idea to extreme of defeat. Sometimes the meaning of the card focus on the large figure in the foreground. The victor most commonly identify the two figures turn away. Lost battle. Humiliation. The victor, the two figures turn away. Importantly, humiliation and weakness. The image of an enemy can refer to a real person, to an overall situation, or to an inner feeling of inadequacy. Insecurity. Okay, once I did a reading for two people who had suffered at the hands of a disturbed and vengeful boss, and who now wanted to know if they should bring him to court. They decided against it when the Five of Swords indicated they would lose. Later, two other people did sue the men for the same kind of misconduct. They lost the case. Ooh. Man, imagine getting a reading. Imagine getting a reading and depending on the reading to like disarm a court case. Couldn't be me, but it can be used for stuff like that as well. I guess. Personally, I won't do law readings though because I am not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. Help. This is indeed a bit more painful to read. I'll probably find more resources from other places to deepen my knowledge of like the 5 of swords. Like this one, like a lot of guides mention foul play for this card. Like, look, he holding 3 swords, okay? Everyone else is only holding 1 sword, but he's holding 3 swords. That is unfair. This guy is not Zoro, okay? He's just playing unfair. He's not even as handsome as Zoro. Ah, what a pain. The painful quality remains, although the emphasis may shift where right side indicates the moment of defeat. Ah. Reverse extends this to the despair felt afterwards. Ah. Post-defeat despair. Post-defeat feeling of despair. It is a difficult state to overcome, though other influences, particularly those symbolized by wands, may help. Swords are more pessimistic than any cards in the major arcana taken alone. No minor suit can show the true balance of life. They break experience into parts and therefore distort and exaggerate. An excess of swords card. An excess of swords card needs more than any other suit to be balanced with experiences and attitudes from other suits' elements. Oh, I do intend to give this to someone. This line to someone. Crucial to bring other suits. Okay. Question: if you get a bad reading, is it possible for the individual to change their outcome? Let me take a sip. The biggest misconception in most types of divination is that once you get your reading, once you get whatever it is that you ask for, that your future is set in stone, okay? And I think it's a mistake to think of it as like a bad reading or a good reading. You're trying to simplify things too much, okay? Maybe this reading is not in your favor. Maybe it describes something that you don't really like, okay? But the important thing to know is that no matter what kind of fortune telling you go to, maybe it's that dubious Chinese fortune teller your family has been going to for like the past 3 generations, okay? You always have a choice, okay? You always have a chance to change the outcome, okay? If let's say you come to me and you talk about work, for example, okay? You're like, how is my work going to go? And then I tell you, yeah, so the cards tell me that it's likely that there will be a major conflict, and also I foresee that because of this conflict, perhaps it may lead to unrest within your family as well. So this is just an example, right? And the point of this is that, okay, now you know that these are actionable things. Like if you know that you're going to go through this major conflict, what can you do to prepare for it? And if this could lead to unrest within your family, what can you do to prepare your family for it? Or what can you do to mitigate this future unrest, okay? And sometimes if you put in enough effort, maybe that event won't come to pass because you have already made changes to yourself, okay? What you thought would be a major conflict, maybe it was a simple misunderstanding that you avoided due to your own efforts, right? Okay, it's not as simple as like, oh no, that's it, I'm doomed. If I'm gonna have a major conflict at work, that means I'm gonna get fired. Nothing can change that. That's the absolute wrong attitude to have. And if there's any fortune teller, any divinator who gives you a reading and says, no, you cannot change the past, or like, no, you cannot change the future, but I can help you make it better if you buy this crystal of mine. They're scamming you. Okay, they're scamming you. You always have a choice. All right. Like there are some free readings I give, guys, and I was like, your love life is not looking good, but there's always a way to get around it. For example, hey, maybe this card is telling you, hey, romance is not in the cards for you right now, but you could work on this first and then revisit the idea of romance at a different time. Or like, hey, so your reading tells me that your job's not going to go really smoothly this year, but if you pay special attention to this aspect, or you pay special attention to whatever, then things might get easier for you. Yeah. So it is more of it's more of putting in the effort to get the outcome you want. Okay? If that makes sense. If that makes sense, yeah. Because if you're someone who puts so much power in the cards, like the moment it gives you a reading, you listen to it, you cling on to it, then I'm so sorry. Like, it's not the card's problem if it gives you a bad reading or something. Like, cards are just cards. Legit. Cards are just cards, okay? Some people who take a very incredibly spiritual approach might have a different opinion, but you should remember that tarot cards are just cards. They're just pieces of cardboard, pieces of like thick paper, okay? Any interpretation you get is from you. You're the reader, okay? So don't give the agency away. Yeah, never give the agency away. That was very enlightening. Thank you. You're welcome, Clementi. You're welcome. I'm glad I could clear up the misconception for you. For the low price of $199, you can get this good luck charm to change your reading. For the low price of $699, I will personally turn up at your house and give you a reading. Hey, I'm just kidding. Please don't. It's gonna take more than that for me to personally turn up at your house, unless like you live in my country. Okay, let's see. Four of Swords always turns up when I don't want it to turn up. Sasuga Swords always turns up when you don't want them to turn up, okay? Horse related to stabilization. Stabilization? Does this look like stabilization to you? Oh my god. Seriously? For the unhappy source, this translates as rest or even just retreat. The key to this is rest and retreat. Yeah. Person be sleeping, okay? He's sleeping. Shows not death, but withdrawal. Withdrawal from situation, I guess. Situation. People sometimes respond to difficulties by isolating themselves. Flattening emotional reactions. Isolation. Oops. Okay, this is isolation, and then we have suppressing emotional reactions. Suppressing emotional reactions. Yeah. This card once appeared in a reading for a man accustomed to dealing forcefully with everyone around him. The card showed him that when his aggressiveness failed, or when his confident mask grew too heavy for him, he hid from the world rather than show his other side or try to work with other people. Gosh, why is this so long? It's like, okay, 4. Reverse, 1 paragraph. What the hell? I don't want this. Resistance failed. Withdrawal can lead to healing. Very nice. If the purpose is not to hide but to recoup strength. recharge and rejuvenation. Recharge, rejuvenation, I guess, to some extent. Rejuvenation. Is that how I spell it? I think that's how you spell it. Yeah. Card can mean holding back from a fight until there's a better chance of winning. Similarly, by withdrawing for a time after some deep hurt, person gives him or herself a chance to recover. Notice that the knight lies. Oh, this is a knight. I didn't even realize it was a knight. Apparently, it's a knight. I don't see the armor for a knight. Well, I guess only knights use swords, but like, okay. Lies in a church. Important that it's a church. The window shows Christ giving a healing blessing to a supplicant. Ah. The imagery suggests the Fisher King of the Grail legend, whose physical wound mirrored the spiritual sickness of the kingdom. I have no idea what legend this is, but good to know. The picture also recalls Sleeping Beauty. Both of these figures needed outsiders to awaken them. So basically, if I see this card, I'm just gonna be like, so you need Prince Charming to kiss you to break the spell? The king lay ill until Galahad brought the girl's blessing. The princess, symbol of a neurotic fear of life, remained asleep until the prince, refusing to be stopped by the fence of thorns. The neurotic will use the force of his or her personality to set up barriers against other people, roused her through sexual life energy. Right. In the Disney version, he kisses her. In folk tales, he has intercourse with her. Jesus, I was not expecting this in like a tarot book, okay? Withdrawal, even for the purpose of recovery, can shut a person off from the world, creating a kind of spell only outside energy can break. Interesting. I'll take this sentence then. So, outside influence. Oops, sorry. Influence necessary to change situation. Kind of like waiting for Prince Charming's kiss kind of situation, I guess. Reverse, this card shows a return to the world. Welcome back. Literally, when you guys say, welcome back, Mio, this is exactly what reverse version of this card is. Hello, May. Hi. Oh my gosh. It's lovely to see you. How are you? Whether this comes about quietly or dramatically depends on the situation. Sometimes the card refers to caution. As if the knight emerges carefully from his sanctuary. At other times, the fourth reverse can represent other people perceiving and breaking through the fence. The prince coming after Sleeping Beauty, he'd be like, kicks down the door, here's Johnny. I'm sorry, that's not what I mean. I'm good. Is that so? Ah, that's great to hear that you're good. How about you? I'm doing great too. Thank you for asking. I initially wanted to like go through I wanted to go through both the swords and pentacles, but it seems like at this rate we'll only go through the swords because there's so much content to like study and stuff. Like look at all the notes I've been writing. Pain and suffering, and I still have to prepare for like Sunday where I'm gonna do more readings. I think I'm gonna have to limit limit the number of people I read for. I think my absolute max is probably like 20 people because I'm doing it in a row. I'm doing it in a row. I think 20 people is kind of like my limit for 2 hours, I guess. We'll see. Yeah. Because contrary to popular belief, guys, tarot reading takes a lot of energy. Because in return for the reading, you are offering your energy in exchange, like the law of equivalent exchange, guys. Okay, so like in return for giving you the info you seek. Like, I have to give energy first. Then I get the information and I translate it for you. Okay? Think of it as that kind of energy relationship, the energy exchange. Yeah, so that's why I cannot do it for too long or too many times. Okay? Yeah, like if there's ever a time where I have to do, where I offer like full 3-card readings, either I have trained my stamina, or I'll be like, okay, I'm only doing 5 of these. I'm only doing 5 of these. No more, no less. Yeah, maybe I should consider doing that, because I think full readings are a lot more fun than like quick 1-card readings. But at the same time, if I do that, I'll probably do it for people I do know. So like maybe the girls, my homies, the girls. I call them the girls, but they refer to Shiari, Yayoi, and Rei, my art sister Rei. Yeah, it's just how it be. Understandable. Yeah, understandable. And okay, you know, May, I think this is particularly relevant to you, but do you remember how Princess Reifa did her divination seance? Like, if you remember that, then tarot reading is something like the divination seance, okay? But you know, I don't have a video. I don't have a freaking high definition video to get insights from. I only have like cards. Instead of like gaining insights from a high def video, I gain insights from like still cards, okay? And they may not necessarily be like the one and only truth, okay? They may not be the one and only truth. But it's not as if they're full of mistakes as well. It's just one interpretation versus another alternative interpretation kind of thing. And just like Reifa, that's the limit of my ability, okay? That's the limit of my ability. I'm like, you can't look at me and be like, okay, now do a Celtic cross. I will perish. And get you bubble tea to replenish your MP. Unfortunately for divination, okay, like for normal streams, I take a 10-minute break for my voice and I'm back like as good as new, okay? But for divination, the replenishment of that energy isn't as simple. Like, I kind of have to sleep and like be by myself in order to replenish whatever energy I'm using for divination. So basically, I start with a limited health bar. Okay, I have a limited MP bar and health bar at the start of the session, and it will not replenish until I end the session. Yeah. Time for the power of deduction. 1 boba per reading. I mean, you know, if you're willing to give me like 5 USD per reading, I don't mind. You know, I ever considered charging like a tip per reading, but then I get concerned that no one will actually buy it. You get what I mean? The thing is I may offer it for free, but it's just my way of like giving back to the community, because you know, divination and this kind of stuff is meant to be shared. Plus it helps you guys. As long as it helps you guys, I think that's fine. Yeah. Of course, it would be nice if you believe in my ability and like buy me and go and like not buy me what. It's just that you could get a full reading from me on Coffee, because those readings will come in a really pretty PDF. Okay, a picture of your card that you can keep for the rest of time, and you know, I will be able to spend a lot more time and energy on your reading. Yeah. Me at comic. Oh my god, me. I felt that. Miyori needs mana flask to replenish divination spell. I do, but I need a special kind of mana flask that you can only find rarely in dungeons. You cannot craft it. And it's so rare, it's the stuff of legends. I really want to share them for free, but the cost, oh my gosh, where? Maybe someday if like I write a fic that you like, maybe we could put our forces together, you know, with like the Dragon Ball fusion and kind of like create a work together. I don't know. You're still reading? It's been 2 hours. It's only been 2 hours. It's been almost 3 hours. Hello? And I got yes, please. Yeah. I don't know. Lately, the thing is, I really enjoy Ace Attorney, but I haven't been super inspired for a fanfic. Does that make sense? Maybe because my energy has been going somewhere else, but yeah. I got it. Next time I'll be like, okay, I'm going to write a Narumitsu fic, takes out tarot deck. And these cards will tell me how to write my fic. That would be like it's possible to use it, by the way. I know a lot of people think like, oh, tarot readings is just like standard reading for the future, okay? But tarot readings can be done for anything. It can be done for anything. It's like the limit is your imagination, okay? Like for example, I could be like, I could just pull a random character. I can be like, so okay, Firefly, for example, from HSR. I'll just be like, what? Oh my gosh, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you for the gift sub. Ooh. Thank you for the gift sub, Zero. I appreciate it. Yeah, so like where was I again? Yeah, you can do it for 2D characters. The thing is that it's a fun exercise because if you don't know the character, for example, I could probably be like Asogi Kazuma, right? Asogi Kazuma. I'll be like, okay, Asogi Kazuma. He has a fixed storyline. He has a fixed personality that, you know, not too. It's like, do I know his whole personality? I don't know. He kind of like died before I could see anything. But let's say you don't know this character that well, but there is like a fixed background you can check against. You can do a reading, and you'll be surprised how accurate that is. Actually, it's a fun exercise. Actually, yeah. So maybe I should do it someday for HSR characters, but I'm just so tired. Oh damn. And sometimes it's fun to be like, it could also be something like, yeah, what's in store for, like, let's say what's in store for future development of this character, and then you do a reading. Yeah, it's just, at least you do that for a fictional character. It's more effective if it's a character I don't know well at all. Yeah, and personally, I think it's more interesting if it's a relationship reading. Like, it's not necessarily like, hey, how do these characters look together? Are they a good OTP? Like, not really, but more like how the relationship dynamic goes. I think that would be interesting, huh? I don't know, maybe I should like, you know which character I still don't know shit about? Herlock Sholmes. I'll probably be like, okay, listen, you little shit. What's in store for your character? I'll probably do something like that. You know, once I asked the cards for guidance because I was blocked. I had writer's block for one of my fanfics. I actually asked the cards for guidance. Like, how should I approach writing this character? How should I approach writing this character? And do you know what happened? Like, those two were separate readings on separate days, okay? And somehow the same card appeared in both their readings. I don't know how that happened. So basically, I'm like, oh my gosh, my OTP really is an OTP. Like, it didn't appear in the exact same position, but like, damn, the same card appeared I think it was like what, the Ace of Swords or Ace of Wands, and I was like, okay, I see the. I'm like, okay, I see the core of their relationship is related to this card. It was very interesting. Hi Luna, hello, hi. Welcome. It's almost midnight, guys. I want to ask what the hell you guys are doing up at midnight, until I realized that I am in fact what's keeping you all up at midnight. But we don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about that. Anyway, guys, look at the Three of Hearts. What is this? Poker? The Three of Swords, okay? This is the Three of Swords. You wanna guess what this card means? You know, something to do with, I don't know, heartbreak? Yeah, this card means heartbreak. Like, that's like, look at it. Literally stabbed in the heart. In the kokoro, okay? It's literally the kokoro bokoro, people. I'm doing mailing? Oh dear, mailing sucks. The Golden Dawn title for this card is Sorrow. Most simply represents pain and heartbreak. Pain and heartbreak. It means heartbreak. Okay, it means heartbreak. It means kokoro bokoro. Kokoro bokoro. Yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. I have to write down kokoro bokoro. Then calm. The true sorrow, we can only make one response. Take the pain to heart, accept it, and go beyond it. Then I raised the question of how to continue after great anguish. The 3 tells us that we must not push the pain away from us, but somehow take it deep inside. Take the pain deep inside. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. Take the pain deep inside until it becomes transformed by courage and love. Acceptance is key, essentially. Acceptance, it is key to moving on. Remember, you gotta let it go and move on. I'm sorry. now you thought it's just being annoying in my head. Does 3 of Swords have anything to do with getting or being lost? Because One Piece character that uses 3 swords always does that. I know the exact character you're talking about, okay? Not to my knowledge, actually. Not to my knowledge. It doesn't mean lost as in you get lost on your way. But I guess it could mean lost as in LOSS. You lost something. Well, it doesn't mean you lost your sense of direction. You can't lose something you never had in the first place, okay? Yeah, but lost, LOSS, you know, you lost something dear to you and thing. I could mean that, but it's not really lost as in directional loss. If that's what you're asking. Once in a reading for myself after the death in my family, the 3 of Swords came up crossed by the 3 of Cups. At first I thought this meant seeing setting joy and friendship against sorrow. 2 cards of the same number, however, often means a transformation. Oh, this is new. 2 cards of the same number. Okay, and the crossing card often emerges from the first in some way. Looking deeper into the reading, I saw the 2 as connected, not opposed. Acceptance and love can turn pain into joyful memory and embracing of life. Okay. So yeah, sometimes reading is not that simple. You don't read. Sometimes, like, I guess basic mistakes is reading the cards individually. If you look at my first few tarot reading cards, I read the cards individually, and that was kind of my mistake, okay? But now you see, when I'm more experienced, I can actually kind of read the cards as a story. You see how they are linked to each other, and that's actually one of the most interesting things about reading in itself. The healing process becomes better. Yeah, reversed heartbreak. Okay, wait, that doesn't sound right. Okay, never mind. The healing process becomes blocked when we fight acceptance. Why would you fight acceptance? Accept the pain. If something in life appears too painful, we may push it away. Try not to think about it and avoid any reminders. Avoid. This is the key. Such an attitude keeps the pain forever with us and in fact increases its hold. Letting the pain rule over oneself. Wait, right. Mental alienation, disorder, confusion. Reading once for a woman showed great potential for development in many areas, yet the outcome appeared very mediocre, weak. In the position of the background lay the three swords reversed. Earlier, the woman had spoken of the ways in which she had never got over the death of her father. Even if you have great potential, if you cannot get over something that has like a hold on you, then well, it could affect your progress in whichever part of your life, gets this card. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to the 2. We're almost at the end. We're almost at the Ace of Swords. We're almost there. We're almost there. Hi, Takudachi. Hello, welcome. Wow. I don't actually know how Ina says it, but like, I go, wow. Nice to see you, Takudachi. Even though we're kind of like headed to the end of the studies. End of the studies, I'm trying my best. Okay, so the 2 of Swords. Look at this banging lady holding 2 very dangerous looking swords, okay? Don't try this at home, kids. You're cute as always. Yeah, thank you, Takudachi. I'm glad. I'm glad. One method of handling problems or opposition is to push everything away beyond an emotional fence. Oh, it's always about the emotional walls with the sword. Oh my god. Oh my god, why are the swords like this? I tell you, May, if you're still listening, like freaking the sword, the entirety of swords is like freaking Mouse Edgeworth, man. Like Mouse Edgeworth would rule over swords. He is ruled by swords. Oh my god. And feel like if I could do my own deck, like the entire sword suit I'll give to Mouse. The entire wand suit I'll give to like Phoenix or something. Look at this! One method of handling problems or opposition is to push everything away beyond an emotional fence. This is a Takudachi's follow me everywhere I go. Hey! I see. Go sleep. Yeah. Was named Earth and Mitsurugi is indeed somewhat related to swords. What a coincidence! But mostly I was thinking of the qualities, so I guess it kind of matches up. I wonder. If we let nothing approach us, then nothing can hurt us. Wow! Oh my gosh! You know, it gets very easy to remember these meanings if you associate them with a specific character. Wow. In contrast to the 8, don't know, push everything away. Emotionally. That works. The blindfold here shows not confusion, but a deliberate closing of the eyes. It's like, I do not perceive. The figure has tied it on herself, so she will not have to choose between friend and enemy. For such choice becomes the first step in once again involving herself with other people. Blindfold self-imposed to avoid making choices. I guess so, huh? Making choices. Pain. I have a lot of Takodachi friends that also watch the same stream as I watch. Interesting. Does that mean in some ways I have a similar energy to Ina? I mean, rich of me to compare myself to someone as amazing as Ina, but like... I feel like she is very calm and very creative. Meanwhile, I'm just here like... Yeah, kinda. Are once again involving the source when you're ready to strike anyone who tries to come close. She's like, no come close, okay? No come close. Do not come close to me. I will strike you down. They represent anger and fear, creating a precarious balance, anger and fear. The one wants to strike out, the other wants to hide, and so the person remains tense between them. It's like, no come near me. No come near me. Notice, however, the effect this posture has on the woman. First of all, the crossed arms close off her heart. Emotionally fenced off? Emotionally... How would I say emotionally repressed though? The imagery of blocked emotion. Blocked emotions. Yeah. Blocked emotions. This is important. Blocked emotions. At the same time, the heavy swords raise the center of gravity from the solar plexus to the solar plexus. I'm not a doctor. What the hell is a solar plexus? When a person holds in emotions, the breathing becomes shallower, the body becomes rigid. Breathing becomes shallower, body becomes rigid. Paradoxically, the attempt to stop emotion makes a person more emotional as she or he thinks and acts not from the center but from the constricted chest, seeing not the world but her own image behind the blindfold. Acting with her preconceived notions. Acting from her preconceived notions. Interesting. Compare the Two of Swords to the High Priestess. These two are very similar. The High Priestess, which is card number 2. By the way, High Priestess is number 2, but it's the third card because the Fool is 0. Fool is 0, Magician is 1, High Priestess is 2. Compare the Two of Swords to High Priestesses, sit in similar postures, but where the Priestess appears relaxed, tension coats the Two of Swords. Tension. There's a lot of tension. A veil separates the priestess from the waters of the unconscious hidden behind her. No veil protects the blindfolded woman from her disturbed... okay. I feel like I got the breakthrough with this one. Yet the shallow pool is not the same water as that behind the priestess. A feeling she's trapped, I believe. Trapped. You can't look at this card and think that this woman's not trapped. The weight of the swords makes it easy for the woman to be tipped over into the choppy waters. Because it makes us... Oh, it's choppy waters. It looks calm to me. Because it makes us concentrate on the emotions. A defensive attitude makes us more prone to outbursts, to anger, and hysteria. We also might compare the Two of Swords to Justice, whose number 11 reduces to 2. By the way, number 11 reduces to 2. This is like numerology math. Don't ask me about it. I haven't read that deep. Justice carries one sword for a sharp mind, but she wears no blindfold, preferring absolute honesty. Pain. So reversed, the balance is lost or given up. Here, a person becomes knocked over by people or problems, charging a defense, or else the blindfold is given up, for the sole purpose of either seeing truth or communicating. The latter experience can prove very emotional, even shattering if the person does not receive help from outside. Neat. So basically, needs to be careful. Needs support. Careful in facing tough decisions. Okay, facing tough decisions. Interesting. I like how like the upright meaning is like and then the reverse meaning is like one paragraph. Because the next page is the Ace of Swords. Look, the Ace is also and then reverse one paragraph. You have a one paragraph reading. See, yes, Takodachi, yes. By the way, I'm still drinking the bubble tea from just now. I haven't finished. What's your favorite tarot? This is hard. I believe the one I like is 7 of Cups, but give me a moment. I want to make sure it's the correct one. Seven of Cups is one of my favorite cards because essentially it's a card of choices, right? It's a card of choices, but it's also a card of warning because it's like you may see all these tantalizing choices ahead of you, but what is real, what is not, and what's a trap? So basically I just like what this card stands for. You're cute. That's so random, but thank you. Yeah. But I would say this is just one of my favorites. 7 of Cups. Yeah, I do pay attention to how different decks approach drawing the 7 of Cups. It's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, but rather than having a card whereby I feel the essence of the card, it's more of, I like what it represents. I'm a Taurus, by the way, so by right, I should... by right, I should be like... Where is my freaking major arcana? So by right, I should be ruled... Honestly, I'd be ruled, but... I should be the Hierophant? Where's the Hierophant? Hierophant-kun? Hierophant-kun? Hierophant-kun, please. Ah, there, Hierophant-kun is here. Ta-da! This is Hierophant-kun. Essentially, it is the person of authority. Not say authority, wait, sorry, authority is more of the emperor, but it's more of tradition. The main theme of tradition and institution. Tradition, institution, foundation. So, you know, the stubborn Tauruses. That's why the Hierophant belongs to Taurus. Yeah, that's a pretty light reading of Hierophant. So, never mind. I used to call it Hierophant, then I realized actually no, it's Hierophant somehow. Okay, let's finish this, guys. The Ace of Swords. Okay. So the Ace of Swords. The aces always refer to new ventures or new opportunities, okay? So like when you see an ace of any kind, basically it's like, oh, a new something, a new beginning, or like a new kind of inspiration in a sense. Especially if it's Ace of Wands, then you get like, inspiration. Particularly good if you're a creative person, of course, but like beggars can't be choosers, okay? You see ace, it means opportunity, okay? Thanks for the hit pat. Hey. Yeah, you might see me lose tracking more often whenever I do handcam streams because I'm using my iPad for tracking. You see this thing up here? This is actually my phone. This is actually my iPhone. So the iPad cannot be put in the same place as my iPhone. So from time to time you will see me lose tracking. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Let's see. So the first sword card returns us to the true essence of the suit, intellect. Pointing straight up for true perception, the sword pierces the crown of the material world. Wisdom leads us beyond illusions and limitations to the spiritual truth contained within life. Shibas. Many of the sword's cards suffer from the illusion that life contains only sorrow and pain. The mountains symbolize abstract truth, objective facts of existence. Oh, the mountains here. Independent of personal viewpoint and experience. The major arcana depicts this truth for us more than any other minor card. The Ace of Swords reaches through to the fifth element. The what element now? The fifth element? Did I miss like something in the foundational studies? The fifth element? Never mind, let's continue. However, intellect alone, divorced from intuition, will only lead to more illusion. We need the Ace of Cups, that is. Love, to find the truth, yet only intellect can take us beyond immediate experience. I'm pretty sure what I just read is English, but I understood so little of what I just went through. She'd be like, ah. Oh man, I'll reread this at some other point. Many people maintain that only our emotions express the real us. The emotional reactions alone will lead us to the truth. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Often, however, emotions are exaggerated, egotistic, or self-indulgent, but neither will intellect alone bring real awareness. A pretty huge focus on the intellect, I suppose. It's really huge as focus. Emotions are exaggerated, egoistic, or self-indulgence. Both truth and awareness must come from a deeper level of spiritual values and experience, and so the hands come from the clouds leading us back to spirit. I don't think I can get away from with not studying spirit and the ether. I'm not getting away with that. I'm gonna have to study it. Help! The symbolism of truth holds for mundane experiences as well. In confusing, emotional, oppressive situations, the mind can pierce the floor. What's with this extra space? The mind can pierce the fog. Truth expresses the ace in its most valuable form, truth. On another level, the card signifies simply emotional force, both love and hate in extreme forms. This is pretty important. Both sides of the coin. Notice the tight grip. The emotions too are a gift, enabling us to experience life intensely, but they always remain hard to hold and harder still to direct. For people who have suffered abuse of some kind, Focusing on the Ace of Swords can act as a way of bringing to the surface repressed anger. Looks at Mouse Edgeworth. Anyway. I think I can memorize the whole of the swords so just by relating everything to Mouse Edgeworth. I think that's my solution. Gift. Tight grip. Tight grip. I grip very tightly. If it works, it works. That's right, mate. That's right. I saw the part where I suffered abuse of some kind. I was like, oh my god. Hi, Azure. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. The grip fails, bringing illusion, confused ideas and feelings over party emotions. The more violent feelings overcome the benevolent ones. Oh no. Without a clear sense of reality, the mind can fall prey to mistakes created by emotion. Problems become exaggerated. Everything, including attractions, appear to be more important than it actually is. In such situations, the Ace of Swords reverse tells us to take a hold of ourselves and try to find a balanced sense of reality. Why is the Ace so hard to understand? Complete toppling of balance. Lack of no sense of what is important. Overwhelmed emotionally. Confusion. Pain. Pain. This is pain. Pain and suffering. Okay. And that is all of the swords. I successfully studied through all of the swords. Help. Oh my god. Look at all my notes, people. All my notes. All the notes that I made over the course of like the past few hours. Me. This is the entire sword suit. And then you have like the court cards. The court cards kick my ass. The court cards really kicked my ass. No. Yep, so there we go. Swords. That is the sword suit. And this is Badass Temple as my like bookmark. So by right, I should put the bookmark. I should put the bookmark here because the next round it will be pentacles. But I don't know, like, do you guys like me doing something like this, or do you prefer if like I studied this? Or you prefer if I like studied this in my own time? Yeah. Or should I study this in my own time? Like I don't know, because it's like I kind of just randomly chose to do it. So is it a kind of like continue like, or do you guys just want readings? You're like no study, only read. Yeah. Done with swords. Let's start the next chapter. 12-hour stream. Let's go. No. Not unless you're here to take over for me. Well done. Yay! Thank you, Clementy. Oh no, this could please continue to talk and entertain us. Ah, I see. Okay, thank you so much for your opinion. Thank you. In general, I like hearing your voice when you're doing stuff you like. I enjoy this a lot. I see. Okay, great. Well, this is currently my only tarot book. If you guys like that kind of stuff, maybe I could get more physical books, because I think it's more fun when I can open up the book and like write stuff in it. It's not that I like to deface books, by the way. I don't consider this defacing. Like you see all these spaces here? They're meant to be filled with stuff, okay? They're meant to be filled with stuff. Okay, maybe it's the literature student in me talking, but like these spaces are meant to be filled with stuff. Because like you guys should feel lucky I didn't start with the major arcana, because you want to see the freaking major arcana, like major arcana. You see, introduction, 4-card pattern, overview, opening, trumps, symbols and archetypes, the worldly sequence, turning inwards, and the great journey. You guys are gonna die. You guys are gonna die, because I know I sure died. Like I actually gave up halfway studying the major arcana to focus more on the minor arcana, because it's so much easier to digest the minor arcana first. Who says you'll die? I mean, you guys would probably die after me, or maybe I'll die first. Oh well. Yeah, like I'll probably have to be like, okay, today's session we'll focus on 2 of the major arcana cards. You see, it took like about 3-ish hours to go through one suit, which is the sword suit, and then we have the pentacles and things. Yeah, so maybe next round I can do the studies. Yeah, maybe we could see we could do the pentacles next time. Man, now I wanna get more physical books so that I can do this. Yeah, because it's not the same when it's an ebook. You know, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. So. Yeah. Oh, part 3. Look, there's even a readings section. There's even a freaking reading section on how to approach reading. Yo, look at this. Yo. Look at this. Wait, is this a Celtic cross? Oh, guys, yeah. I think I mentioned the Celtic cross a few times. The Celtic cross is one of the most famous classic spreads. It is a 10-card spread. Yeah, it is a 10-card spread, and it has a very specific how do you say, specific roles for each of the cards. Basically, if you want to call yourself a tarot master, the Celtic cross spread has to be in your repertoire. Yeah, that's kind of widely accepted by everyone. But the problem is, I can barely handle like anything more than 5-card spreads, I think. So yeah, it has to be a physical book so I can see those grippers. You know what? I would get some books. Off like Amazon and stuff. But you know what I could do? I could maybe put some of these books on Throne. So if you guys want to see me like a physical book, then it will be up to you. But for now, I will probably focus a lot on using this book, because you can see that it's a very heavy book, with not like literally heavy, but it covers a lot of content. So it's one of those books that you read through, like I studied through, but I will regularly still go back and read it again and again, because each time you read through books like these, you will gain new insights. That's like a given, okay? And also, besides like general books like these, I am not counting the guidebooks, okay? Guidebooks need to be studied as well, okay? Like the guidebooks for separate decks. Hi, Gendary! This is a book about electronics. How is tarot related to like electronics? I'm confused, but you do you, okay? So I happen to sleep with my Fortuna tarot deck beside me. Do not judge me, okay? I believe in the fact that if you sleep beside your card, you bond with them, okay? Just let's not talk about it, okay? Let me grab the here. Okay. So I think I've shown you guys the guidebook before. Okay, I'll show you what's inside this thick-ass guidebook. Look how thick this is. Look, see, this is my finger. And this is very thick, okay? This is thick. Are you good in electronics? No. That's studio art to me. Look at this freaking... That's like the purpose behind this creation. And then, ta-da! This is her introduction, astrology and numerology, and then like the 36 deacons. I'm going to die. Okay, I'll read this out to you. Before explaining and delving deeper in the theory to the 36 deacons, or decans, I don't know how you pronounce this, which is connected with the astrological correlation for each of the minor arcana cards, it is important to explain the astrological correspondence to the major arcana. In traditional astrology, the three figures of the Fool, the Hanged Man, and Judgment are represented by the elemental energy of air, water, and fire. Oh god. This deck combines both traditional and modern approaches, so those three figures will be represented by the three transpersonal planets, which are Uranus, the Fool, Neptune, the Hanged Man, and Pluto, Judgment. Yeah, they lost me already. They lost me already. I'm gonna die. Yep, see? Look at the 36 decans. Look at how this is how the creator of this deck has split up the astrological correspondences. You can't be telling me this doesn't need to be studied and remembered. Like, you see all these logos? I've been trying to memorize them, okay? You wanna see how serious I've been taking it? I'll show you my notebook, okay? I'll show you my notebook. Give me a moment. My notebook is right here. My notebook is right freaking here. Okay? Look at this. I drew them out! This is my tarot study book, okay? This is my tarot study book. Look at all of these logos that I drew out. Like, fire, water, air, earth. The triangles with lines and everything. I wrote down the dates just for my own reference, but mostly it's being able to identify all 12 of the horoscopes just by their symbols. Okay, just by their symbols. That's pretty important if I want to use the Fortuna deck, because you guys have seen the Fortuna deck, right? I think I've showed you guys the deck at least twice, but basically it's because the cards look something like this. It's like, yeah, this is the 9 of keys. Yeah, I have to identify the planet. I have to identify like the planet, and I have to identify the horoscope. The cards look like this, guys. How am I supposed to read this? Rest in peace. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of like why. That's kind of why I'm studying so hard. Because I want to be able to use this card at some point this year, okay? At some point this year. I would like to be able to use it at some point this year, okay? Yeah. There's much of the year left, but depending how fast I can learn. And also, look at this. Welcome to these are the 12 horoscopes of astrology. These are the 11 planets of astrology, and these are the 12 houses of astrology, okay? You need to remember there's like, wait, 11? I think there's 11 planets, yeah. 12 horoscopes, 11 planets, and 12 houses. Yeah. And then of course the alchemical process that I kind of like copy over from the guidebook. And the basic numerology from the book I just showed you. Hold on, let me like grab the numerology. Let me grab like the numerology page. Where is it? Not me exposing all of my My shit handwriting, I'm sorry. Yeah, ta-da! Numerology, guys. Numerology. 10. Okay, this numerology. 10, completion, the need to go beyond. 9, compromise or struggle. 8, movement. 7, victory. 6, communication. 5, loss, conflict. 4, structure. 3, full expression of the element. 2, union. Ace, basic quality. Root. Yeah. So these are essentially the core numerology aspects of basically the whole minor arcana, okay? And I'll be very honest, they're one of the hardest things to remember. They're one of the hardest things to remember. Tarot numerology is gonna end me, okay? Yeah. But the thing is, if you manage to, if I do manage to fully master how to integrate numerology, it could add a lot of depth to my readings, as well as, you know, how I approach divination as a whole. So if, let's say, I learn astrology, I learn numerology, I learn the alchemical process and everything, then I can essentially, really level up the practice, yeah. So right now, the me you see now, I am Babu, okay? I'm focused on mostly the meanings of the decks through like the guidebooks and everything, learning how to piece together the story and stuff. But it's like, once I learn more, okay, I'm going to be a master, okay? It's just like, not now. The time to be master is not yet, not now. Oh, damn. So the gate cards explanations are here. Okay, got it. I will read this part in my own time. I will read this part in my own time. I got it. I understand fully. Okay, I understand fully. Hey guys, look at this. The whole screen shakes. The whole screen shakes. I smack it so hard the whole screen shakes. Okay. So guys, that will be it for today's study session. Okay, unfortunately we could only go through the swords because the chapter was quite a bit longer than I expected, but at the same time I'm glad I could answer quite a few of your questions, because you know that means that you guys are interested in learning more. Okay, so for Sunday, finally I will be having a free readings session again, depending on my energy, depending on how much energy I have, and depending on the demand and stuff. I'll manage the free readings accordingly. It will be a 1-card reading per person, so that as many people as possible get a chance to, you know, get some advice. Okay, as usual it'll be themed, so that means I will only be taking general requests for like, okay, what's up for next week. I won't be taking anything like, yeah, what's your question? Nah, ain't doing that this time. Okay, and well, as usual, that one will be on Sunday. Tomorrow, if I have time, if I feel up to it, I might have a guerrilla HSR stream, but no promises for that, because stuff might crop up and things. But yeah, I'll definitely see you on Sunday. It was a really enjoyable stream. Thank you so much for a good time. Thank you so much for being here. Yay! Thank you for an insightful session. You're welcome, Clement. You're welcome. Okay, so glad to see you today. Yeah, I can't wait to get more physical books so we can study more together. Yay! Okay. Well, then. Thank you guys. Okay, to those of you on YouTube, thank you guys for coming. For those of you on Twitch, please stay with me so that I can pass you guys on to someone else. They're probably not gonna be doing tarot as well, because I'm doing a very niche thing. I don't know any other YouTubers that are doing the content I do, but yeah. I'll send you guys off, so please stay. Alright. Okay. Atsuyari, people. Atsuyari. Atsuyari. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.